from the HNLMS Holland. You are watching Breakaway and the battle on the high seas. I'm Mr. Sill.
And I'm Berserker Mike, and we've had a hell of a week here in Den Helder.
That's right, we are part of the Marina Dagen event, which essentially, if you don't know, is sort of Fleet Week for the Netherlands. So rather than in America where all different cities put on their own Fleet Weeks, the Netherlands all gather together for one epic Fleet Week area. They call it this year Marina Dagen because we're seeing the Navy take form, and we got to see a lot of cool things, including military demonstrations, which you actually got to be a part of.
That's right, I was in some high-speed boat pursuits chasing down drug dealers.
That's right. It was a pretty amazing event, and equally amazing is the fact that you are going to see 3 incredible matches of Breakaway. What is Breakaway? Well, Breakaway is a team battle sport where 2 squads of 4 will collide in intense competition. The primary objective in Breakaway is to take the relic or the ball and slam it into your opponent's base to score.
That's right, Sil, and it's best of 5, so the first team to get 3 points wins the game.
Now, if you guys want to get into the game, hop on over to playbreakaway.com/alpha. We are running weekly alpha playtests. So all you got to do is go to the website, sign up to register, and if you don't get in this week, don't worry, you'll probably get in the next week or the week after that. We have an incredible matchings going on today. The first matchup we're going to show you guys is between the Royal Dutch Navy, the home team, and a bunch of Dutch influencers known as Team Media Netherlands. Before we get to that, though, let's talk about this vessel. You are aboard the HNLMS Holland. This is a Holland-class patrol vessel, also known as an OPV, or an ocean-going patrol vessel. This boat has been used for things such as anti-piracy. It has been to Somalia, stopping the Somali pirates. It has been in the Caribbean, stopping drug trafficking. It has also been part of anti-terrorists in conjunction with the U.S. Navy. This thing weighs 3,750 tons of pure awesomeness, and I believe there is a 70 caliber cannon at the front of this boat, or the bow, I should say.
They wouldn't let me write it, Sil.
All right, for more information on the HNLMS Holland, let's cut over to Mr. Epilogue, Patrick Gilmore.
I'm here with Jan Pullen, who's the watch officer and flight deck officer here on the Holland. He's going to take us around the ship and show some of the cool features, starting with this massive main gun we see behind us. Jan, what can you tell us about the weapon?
Well, as you said, this is the main gun of HNLMS Holland. Its caliber is 76 millimeters on a range of approximately 7 nautical miles, so around 14 kilometers. And we use it, for instance, to stop pirates, not to fire at them, but to fire in front of them, just to warn them, if you don't stop and let us arrest you, you won't have a nice day. All weapons attached to the ship are all controlled by a joystick in our own game center, the Command and Information Center.
I like how you call it a game center. All right, where to next?
Where to next? I'll take you to the flight deck, the helicopter deck. I'm also a flight deck officer, so I can tell you something about flight operations.
Great, let's go. We're down here on the flight deck of the Holland. Now, Jan, would there normally be a helicopter here?
Normally, when we're in harbor, most of the time there's not a helicopter on deck. But when we're deployed, we leave harbor, and at the same moment a helicopter goes airborne from our military airbase in Den Helder, and we meet at sea. And then together we go, for instance, to the Caribbean to do our mission.
Now, is this flight deck purely a landing area for the helicopter, or does it have other functions as well?
Of course, we use it for all kinds of things. During Haiti, we had a lot of goods on board to help the people when they were hit by a hurricane. And this entire deck was filled with all kinds of materials to help them with tents, with food, with water. You can imagine what was here. We are prepared for everything. We always have a plan B.
So where are we headed next?
I would really like to show you the bridge where we navigate the ship.
Perfect, let's head out.
For me.
And we're at the front of the ship now, just outside the Holland's navigation bridge. So tell me, what actually gets controlled from here? Is it everything or just navigation?
It's the safe navigation, but also the deployment of, for instance, the small boats or helicopter operations. So it will be coordinated from the Command and Information Center, but we will execute it.
So your navigation. So you're also the eyes of the ship. So are you looking out in the event of a combat operation for the combat control center?
Always, always. There's always someone here who's looking outside.
All right, Jan. Well, thank you very much for the tour. We're very excited to be aboard for a great battle on the high seas.
I'm very happy to have you, and you're very welcome.
So there is your brief history lesson on this vessel. Now we have a special giveaway for all of you guys. So we have 2 esports teams competing tonight. We have the team EchoFox and Team Rogue. Team EchoFox has some cool Ryzen core processors courtesy of AMD. They're going to be giving those away. If you want to figure out how you can win one, just follow the Twitch chat. We have a bot that'll be periodically putting up information on how you can enter to win this. Let's get things started. We've wasted enough time. If people, they want to see some awesome matches on this awesome vessel. So let's kick it off here. We're going to introduce the teams. First up we have is Team Media Netherlands. Kicking off here for Team Media Netherlands, we have Conan Schrobbers. He is a professional esports athlete who's recently been accepted to the athletes program on his university. He's the first ever Dutch esportser. Besides studying medicine, he hosts the show Inside Esports as the anchorman, weekly on Fox Sports and Twitch, and is produced by Watertube. Next up we have is Mattia Koolhout. She is one of the biggest Dutch Twitch streamers, an online influencer and reporter from Watertube's Inside Esports, a weekly show on Fox Sports and Twitch. She started streaming in 2014 with the game League of Legends. And fun fact about Mattia, she actually went to TwitchCon last year, and her first exposure with Breakaway was when we premiered Breakaway right there at TwitchCon 2016.
Glad to have her back still.
That's true, absolutely. Next up is we have Vort Genne. He's well-known media personality in gaming and esports. He started his career as a gaming journalist and media producer at Power Unlimited and IGN Benelux. He's the first among his peers to embrace esports, and now he helps various companies get into esports and really understand it. And then finally, we have Shak Kyle. He is an esports personality as well. He's a Twitch stream partner. He hosts a show called Esports Wall, which is also the name of the channel. And he's been streaming for 2 years. And he's been does a lot of commentary and hosting various tournaments. So that is your team for Team Media Netherlands. Let's check them out in full detail and see who they're going to select here in our first matchup on the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas.
And we've had a lot of opportunity to see these teams practice. So I'm going to be really interested in the picks now that, you know, the prize is on the line.
That's right. They're playing for pride and for trophy. Kicking off here with Shock. Looks like we're going to see his pick is going to be, what do we know about Shock? You give us, Mike.
So Shock, just as expected, we're seeing the Kyra pick. I've seen him do a lot of damage, a lot of backline play, and he was one of like the very first players through this entire process at Den Helder that I saw really start to adapt early on.
Nice. All right, and then the number 2 chair is Kuhn. So here we see Kuhn going up to the camera. We will look and see what he is going to pick.
Now, I've been watching him, a lot of Thorgrim play, so I'm expecting to see some more tanks. A lot of people that can muscle their way on top of the relic and start pushing their way forward for the scores.
All right, looks like the pick is about to get locked in, and we see that it is Thorgrim.
2 for 2. I would have been 2 for 2. Missed that first one.
And then in the number 3 chair for Team Media Netherlands, we have Mattia. She's a Twitch personality. She has probably the longest experience with Breakaway than anyone because she played it a year ago, almost, back at TwitchCon 2016. Who do we think she's going to pick, Mike?
Now, I'm predicting a throwback to what we saw in the Office League Season 2. I think we're seeing dual tanks here, and I'm predicting a Black Knight pick.
Well, she's got that smile, and it looks like you are right, Mike. It is, in fact,
the Black
Knight. All right, and let's go to number 4 chair. Cleaning it up for Team Media Netherlands is Vord. What is he gonna pick?
Vord to me seems like a shot caller. I've seen him play some support characters, but I think he's gonna want to have that healing sustain. I'm seeing an Alona pick come through.
All right, let's see. The pick is looking like it will be selected momentarily, and you guessed it. It is, in fact, Alona. All right, that is your Team Media Netherlands. Now we're going to hop on to the other side of the boat. I believe this would be the port side, if I am correct. And we're going to introduce the Royal Dutch Navy, the home team. First off, we have Bas Hoekstra. He is a corporal in the Royal Dutch Navy in the communications field. So a fun thing actually about Bas, before he was in communications, he actually was a sailor on this exact boat. He was a sailor on the HNLMS Holland, doing lots of different missions. Now he's in communications. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to communicate his way into the finals. Next up, we have Sebastian de Boer. He is a second-year midshipman. He is studying engineering, but he's also really wanting to focus eventually when he's able to specialize into cyber warfare. On the number 3 spot here, you see is Marnix Tissing. Marnix is also a second-year midshipman, and he is actually studying navigation with the goal here of being able to navigate the Joint Support Vessel, which is the newest and the largest ship in the Royal Dutch Navy. So he's got high hopes, and I have high hopes for him. And then finally, let's introduce Jeffrey Bacher. He's a 4th-year midshipman, and he is actually also studying navigation, but he wants to navigate a submarine. Mike, I want to navigate a submarine.
Too bad, Sil. It's a lot of training and a lot of school, at least 12 years.
There you go. All right, well, let's go into their picks. So now that we know a little bit about them, let's see who they're going to play today in our Battle on the High Seas, best of 5 series. So kicking it off here in the number 1 spot, we have... Looks like it is going to be Jeffrey Bacher.
So Kinetic.
And Kinetic. What do we know about him?
Well, Kinetic, he's actually adopted a lot of characters during his time with the game, and I've seen him do some pretty advanced stuff. So depending on the matchup today, he can either roll with a tank, or we're going to see an assassin pick. I think early on, we might see that Jara come out.
Oh, you called it, Mike. There is Jara.
Yeah, he wants to just disrupt the back line and lay on tons and tons of burst damage.
All right, in the number 2 chair for the Royal Dutch Navy, we have Baz Okstra playing as the name Chilanium. What do you know about him?
Chilanium, he's the comm guy. He's also the shot caller. I'm thinking he's going to be playing Alona from the back line, healing his team, calling shots.
All right, there he is on camera. He's looking pretty chill.
Oh, there he is.
Look at him. He's used to wearing that headset, being in the communications group of the Navy. So no stranger to communicating tactics. And you're right, Mike, he is definitely going to be calling the picks as Alona from the back lines there, healing up the team.
Very important to have a healer, help sustain those pushes when you're trying to get that score.
In the number 3 chair for the Royal Dutch Navy team, you see him there talking. See, look at that. Boz is already talking strategy with his team. As we go over to the number 3 player, it is Marnix playing as the name Phoenix FP3.
And what I've seen, they've been training up pretty hard, but I'm expecting the role of tank coming out of him. Dedicated tank. I saw a lot of work. Yep, and the pick is in, and he's going with Black Knight. I think that's a very solid and strong pick coming from Phoenix.
All right, well, let's cut over to the final member of the Royal Dutch Navy. You see him right there in the distance. Maybe we get that close-up shot. His name is Zowies. Look at him. He looks a little Zowies, don't you think?
He's in there with, I'm betting damage. We're going damage dealing, back lines, a lot of shooting. I'm predicting Kyra.
All right, let's see if you are correct. We will find out momentarily. It's interesting that he is working on cyber warfare. That's pretty sweet. And there it is, Kyra. You called it, Mike. All right, that is your players for Game 1. We will play a best-of-5 series for this first match. And each game is comprised of 5 rounds. So it's a best-of-5 for a game, best-of-5 games for a match. And let's kick things off here. We're going to start on one of our maps here, Atala Prime. Mike, what can you tell us about Atala Prime?
Atala Prime is a runner's dream. So lots of slopes, lots of ramps that you can catch speed and try to move the relic across the field as fast as possible. There's also changes in elevation. There's a high ground and a low ground. A lot of passing opportunities to split the other team. And 2 unique buffs on this map. There's the gold buff, which grants your entire team 750 gold apiece to make item buys during the match to try to get your characters, your warriors, much stronger. There's also the armor buff, which reduces damage for your entire team by 20%.
All right, cool. Looks like we are going. You're gonna take any bets here? Who are you thinking? What's your bold prediction here, Mike?
My bold prediction: I'm going all in with the Dutch Navy team.
I agree. I am also going to go with the Royal Dutch Navy. You have to root for the home team. We are here in the Netherlands. We're going to see the Netherlands hopefully triumph here. So just if you're watching at home, the Royal Dutch Navy is playing on the blue side of your screen. On the red side of your screen is going to be Media Netherlands. What do we see with these item buys, Mike?
So those swords that you see that are being bought, that's attack damage. That's a Sword of Mars. And you want to try to get that to a tier 4. That means buying 4 of that item. Because if you get to that 4th legendary status, you get an additional bonus, set piece bonus on top of that. So I saw attack damage, those shields, those were armor, and those little hourglasses were cooldown reduction.
All right, looks like we're in the middle of the action happening right now. We see Both teams fighting it out for the Relic now. The Relic is going at the foot of the base. And remember, there are 3 ways to actually score here in Breakaway. The first way is you take that Relic, which is the glowing ball, you bring it into your opponent's base. That is the primary way to score. The second way to win is you'll notice underneath each portrait on the top of your screen, the characters have health bars. When those health bars go all the way down, they die and have to get respawned. The more you kill someone, the longer their respawn timer will be. If you're able to wipe the entire team and before anyone can respawn, that's the second way to win in Breakaway. We'll talk about the third way as we get down with time ticking down with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left to go here on Atella Prime with our first game on this Battle of the High Seas.
Seems to be a lot of fast passing movement still. They're trying to move the ball around the arena, try to get away, try to go on a breakaway for these chances to score.
Yeah, you saw Coons there with immediate control of the Relic, but he was forced to lose it. It only takes 1 hit to fumble the Relic here in Breakaway. We have Kinetic now playing as Jar. He has control of the Relic, does that nice job using the dash ability. Once you hold the Relic, you can hit that right mouse button, get a quick jump ahead and get some invulnerability. You just saw the Black Knight get taken out by the Media Netherlands. They're now down 1 member, and we're in a power play situation for the Royal Dutch Navy.
We also see buildables, both from Olona. We see the Sun Shrines, which are healing shrines for every team to go and heal up. And it looks like they're placed midfield. That's so they can have strong pushes. But right now, they seem to be fighting on the outsides, looking for opportunities to split and get to that high road.
Yeah, you saw that nice pass happen from earlier with the Royal Dutch Navy, getting the pass up there to Chelanium up on the 2nd story of Atella Prime. They were forced to fall down. Now we're following Vort. He's moving with control of the Relic. Nice dodge there. He's on the left side going up there. Does a back pass there to Mattia. Mattia with control of the Relic. She's now gonna just wait around for her team to get there. Not a best strategy because you've got 4 members of the Royal Dutch Navy is just clumping on you. And now we see with control, the momentum has shifted. Chelanium with control of the Relic momentarily, forced to fumble it though, because remember, you get 1 hit, you will fumble that Relic. Does it pass forward to Zowies. Zowies gives it over to Kinetic. Kinetic now running up the right side. Again, playing as Jar, the assassin character. He's got Chelanium on his wing. He's got to worry about Wart. Nice pass to Chelanium. Chelanium's got to worry about that buildable. That's the Ballista. That is one of the big weapons there. One of the structures that Kyra places down. Great defensive structure there.
So Wart making a move. He's got some assistance from the outside. Looks like he's trying to cross over, but he needs to hurry.
All right, we see Wart now with control. Nice momentum shift, good clear of the Relic. But there goes Zowies on a run. Zowies has the Relic, brings it back to midfield. But quickly, you have Shock there with the Relic now, brings it up to his fellow teammate Wart. They're both getting attacked though. Nice move by Phoenix with control, playing again as the tank character, the Black Knight, and we're down to 55 seconds left to go. You see a blue line at the center of the map. That is the sort of last stand line, the line of scrimmage, whatever you want to call it. You got to take that Relic across that line in order to score for your team when time goes down to 0. We have 43 seconds left to go. Right now, the Relic is in scoring position for the red team, so if they're able to keep the Relic on this side of the line, they will score with 34 seconds left to go. If you're on the Royal Dutch Navy, you have to get that Relic across that side. So when you're looking at, you know, Zowies right now, he has to get the Relic over there. So far, unable to do so. We see Coons now with control of the Relic, does a nice job moving it forward on the push. We're down to 20 seconds left to go. Now the Relic has gone to Chelanium. Chelanium passes upfield to Kinetic. Kinetic crosses the line barely. So now we're in scoring position for the Royal Dutch Navy with 10 seconds. Can they keep it on this side? Nice pass up there from Jacques. Jacques doing a good job. You have Mattia running defense as well. Here comes Wart with control of the Relic with 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. You have Mattia with the Relic. This is gonna go to Team Media Netherlands.
Fantastic job of freezing the Relic in position, and Mattia was all over it, making sure that she could secure her team the win.
Yeah, that was some great defensive work there. She stayed back there, played the back line, used the power of the Black Knight. The Black Knight is a great tank because he pulls characters towards him. Now we're in round 2. What are we seeing? Anything different, Mike?
We're starting to see some tier 3 buys come in. It looks like people have opted to start investing in secondary pieces of equipment. Strange strategy by Kuntz, but it looks like it's paying off. He actually invested in movement speed very early on as opposed to going to something like armor or health as playing the tank.
All right, we see Mattia now as we're following her. She's going right side there. She's got all 3 of her teammates with her. And they're crossing that midfield marker now, trying to make an early push, but they are getting stopped now with the team, the Royal Dutch Navy now getting in the mix there, especially with the tank. As we're following Wart now, he has control of the Relic. Tried to do a little sneakery, just distracting with the rest of his teammates. Now he's caught up in the mix there. Good pass up there to Mattia. And we're back at midfield now with about 3.5 minutes left to go.
Looks like Kinetic actually passed it all the way back to Mattia on accident. That was not the person she was looking for, or he was looking for. Phoenix actually put a very smart spike trap at the top of that elevator, denying space. So people are going to have to be very wary or destroy that before they can make any advances on that high road.
All right, here we see Esports Shock now with control of the Relic. Does some good Relic throws just to gain some more distance there. As we see action happening there with Kinetic now. Kinetic going up to the other side, trying to change momentum. Does get stopped. The rest of his team need to play a little bit more together. If you're playing, you're the communications guy. Boz has to get his team communicating, working a little bit more together. Here we see Chilenium, nice job using that dash to just completely gain ground away from his teammates. He's going up the right side. He is on a breakaway. You see Mattia in the distance, does a nice pass up there to Phoenix. Phoenix now with the Relic, tries to pass it over to Zhao. He's unable to get it in there. Now we see Kinetic getting the mix a little bit, and now we got a full-on mob happening in the middle of the map.
So everyone was popping their dark calls. They're trying to pull all the enemies towards them, playing as Black Knight, disrupting, making sure they can freeze a Relic. And look at here, we got Kuntz on a run, and he's jumping and dodging, just trying to advance to that high road.
Yeah, Kuhn's doing a good job there. Bob and Weaving taking the Relic all the way back to midfield. Here he goes up the elevator with his teammate Wart. Oh, look at that! Falls right to the spike trap. You called it, man. That is beautifully placed from the Royal Dutch Navy. Strategic placement, maybe.
That's a little bit of a communication breakdown because one of your teammates has already hit that earlier in the match. They need to recognize that that's there and change tactics.
All right, here we see the Relic back to midfield. Both teams trying to figure out where to go. Time ticking away with 1 minute 44 seconds left to go in game 2 now, or round 2 rather, of game 1. We have Kinetic now with the Relic, throws it upfield just to gain more ground. Kuntz picks it up. He's going left side as Thorgrim. Thorgrim, the other tank character here in Breakaway, with now Kinetic. Nice pass up there to Chilenium. Chilenium could get the score here. Throws it up there in a pressure situation. They just need to muscle it in. You got 2 walls to worry about, and they're unable to get it in with Team Media Netherlands doing a nice job there, clearing the Relic, bringing it. Looks like Woot now is bringing it almost all the way back to midfield.
So great denial by that Kyra, playing on that back line, just making sure that they couldn't advance it out fast. But Team Netherlands is still persistent in their push, and they're trying to go to high road again.
Yeah, here we see Ward now with control of the Relic. He's gonna keep jumping just to keep setting off the Kyra off balance on the other team. And now we're down to 58 seconds again. You gotta worry about that blue line. That's gonna come into effect. It burned them on the first time with the Royal Dutch Navy. They can't make the same mistake twice. Here we see Ward now with control of the Relic going left side. He's almost down. Nice move there from the Kyra on the Royal Dutch Navy, taking him almost down to nothing. He's got a fraction of health left. Somehow he's staying alive. He's going to be forced to go back, and now look at that. He's out for 13 seconds. There's only 30 seconds left to go. Here we see Thorgrim now with control of the Relic, able to cough it up, as now the Black Knight on Team Royal Dutch Navy has control of the Relic. 2 people down there on the Media Netherlands. Almost 3. Look at that, 3 people down. This could be a team wipe. There's only 23 seconds. Don't even worry about it. Just try to get the Relic as far as you can, getting as much ground. Now we see Kinetic doing a nice job passing to Chilenium. Chilenium hits it over there to Zowie. Zowie gives it back there to Chilenium. Chilenium to Kinetic. Kinetic gonna go throw it. There's only 9 seconds. You may not even need to, don't worry about the throw. Just keep it there, but he throws it in anyway and gets the score.
Great score from the outside. I was expecting him to use his Relic dash when he was getting up those stair steps. Maybe he had already blown it. I didn't see that happen, but still, really solid play. When they were on the power play, they were able to effectively move that Relic upfield.
Yeah, they had a triple power play. I mean, you could have gone. I mean, they could have demonstrated all 3 ways to win in Breakaway with that round.
But what was smart is they know that they move slower while holding the Relic, so the passing allowed them to move upfield much faster.
Yeah, I really like the fact that we saw a lot of Chilenium being in the middle of his team. He gets the pass, he throws it to another one, he gets the pass from another person, gives it to somebody else, doing a really good job coordinating.
So I saw tier 4 attack damage, tier 4 demolition. They want to take out the other team's buildables. I'm a little shocked by Kuntz. He has tier 4 movement speed, but nothing else supporting his tank. And as the match goes on, the scaling from the other team as far as their attack damage is going to make him less effective in his role.
All right, we are on the high road now. Nice job there picking up the Relic from Zowies. He did a good job getting it away from Team Media Netherlands. They are quickly swarming on him. But look at that, Zowies going, wow, he's taking down Alona, the healer on Media Netherlands. She's going to be out for another 3 seconds now as Zowies gives the Relic over to Chilenium. Chilenium passes upfield to Kinetic. Kinetic waiting for the elevator. He's going to go up to the second story now. He's going to watch out for that. Nice, see, they're dodging the spike trap.
Look at Zowies and Kinetic are both on fire. If you look at their portraits, that means they've had over 3 kills in a row and no deaths.
As we see more action happening at the foot of the second story on Atala Prime now. We see Zowies there getting in the mix. Zowies doing a good job getting that Relic there, avoiding Kuntz. And now we see Kuntz just kind of, he's getting hit with that pull there of the Black Knight character from Phoenix, doing a good job dishing out a lot of damage. Here comes Ward though. Now getting into the mix, he's gonna take direction. Nice pass to Mattia. Mattia goes back, double backs up to the right side. She passes over to Shock. Shock now tries to get it to Mattia, but does get intercepted there. And the Relic is falling right at midfield, and there's just a lot of mayhem happening.
What I'm seeing is the movement coming in from Kunis, but he missed time going up to high road, but his teammates are just trying to clear a path, but here comes the collapse.
Yeah, Kuhn's now going up left side, decides to go down. He doesn't even want to deal with that spike trap. Both teams put the spike traps up at the elevator. They definitely learned, Mike.
Mattia's on an island. She's trying to take down that turret to give her team an opportunity to score, but she's fighting back at their base. Anytime you're back at base, not only can you buy items, but you can heal.
Yeah, you saw that pounce missed by a Kinetic, but it looked cool as it was going right to camera. We're now following Chilanium, who's going up left side. Chilanium decides to move a little bit to the right, try to juke it, get a better vector on the goal here. Kinetic now with the Relic, passes Chilanium, Chilanium to Zowies. Zowies gets hit with the Relic, forces the fumble, and now Wart does a great job pulling it all the way back, using the slide mechanic to go down those stairs and gain extra momentum, bring it almost back to midfield.
But did you see that massive barricade of Thorgrim walls surrounding Team Netherland base?
Yeah, those red X's that you see at the top of the map there, those are 3 giant walls, basically making Fort Knox. If you are playing on the Royal Dutch Navy, you better be buying some of those bombs, get that demolition equipment so you can take down those buildables.
Zowies has to take this opportunity. Yeah, we can see he has tier 4 demo. He needs to start taking down some of those walls and clear a space, unless he's just gonna try to thread the needle.
Yeah, you saw him try to go in on his own, but it's just not enough. You need your teammates with you there, especially the way that the Media Netherlands are playing right now.
He doesn't have enough open space to make moves. You see some smart heals coming in, and right now the Dutch Navy's able to secure the Relic, move it around. They collapse pretty quickly.
Once again, Mike, we are down to 56 seconds, under a minute. You see the blue line at the center of the field. That's the center line. As we see what's going to happen now, Kuhn's around with the Relic. He's unable to get it across halfway. Now, Royal Dutch Navy doing a good job keeping the Relic in their scoring position. They had the Relic, now they lost it momentarily. They're able to get the rebound now. Zowies does a good pass up to Phoenix, but he's in the middle of animation, so it's not going to go. That wall's down in the middle. Wall down, wall down. Can they get the Relic in? No, it does. Looks like Ward does a good job on defense. Here comes Kinetic going up right side. Little sneaky play. Charges the throw and throws it from downtown and hits the 3-pointer.
That was fantastic. He just pulled the trigger right at the right moment, and that BK had no chance at the interception.
Yeah, look at this. Kinetic doing a great job. His best Steph Curry impression, throwing it all the way from the 3-point line. The Relic rolling right in, and they are getting their second win here as we finish up. This one more needs to happen in order to claim game 1, but it's looking pretty good, like the Royal Dutch Navy. A little slow start, but they have picked things up.
Slow start, but look at all the look at this legendary gear. Tier 4 demolition, Tier 4 attack damage. That's that upside down sword. Those bombs are demolition. That means you can take down buffs and you can take down buildables much faster. Maximum cooldown reduction for Kinetic on his assassin. That means he's going to be able to pounce. That's that long distance leap to go to full stun on a character and then hit him with his ult, the eviscerate.
Nice. Kinetic getting a little sneaky there, putting the snap track right where the Relic spawns. That's mean. And there he is taking down the spike trap, which is, again, the buildable of the Black Knight. Just doing a good job there, just taking down some of those buildables, making it easier for his teammates to get in there and score that Relic. Now we see Kuhn's at the center of the map playing again as Thorgrim, our tank, one of our tank warriors. You got to worry about the Ballista there, which is a buildable of Kyra.
They need to hurry and collapse.
There. It helped out there. That Ballista saved that score there as Mattia tried to get it in there, but the Ballista holds it will home on, and it will attack you, guaranteed. Now we see there Kuhn's with control of the Relic. You see a healing shrine right at the bottom there. That's a good placement there from Chilanium, doing a good job there. That's a forward base for his team. You see Chilanium going midfield. He's going to go up the right side there. Does get greeted by the giant hammer of Thorgrim, though. That's going to hurt him a little bit, but he does a good job passing the Relic. Relic gets stopped there and actually goes on a second attempt. Kinetic now with control of the Relic, and it looks like they keep trying to push up this right side, Mike.
They're pretty confident in their loadout. I think they've been winning a lot in the team fights, backing people down. Kinetic still on fire, still hasn't died, even though Kyra, Zowies did fall once.
There's a 17,000 point economy difference between the Royal Dutch Navy and Team Media Netherlands.
And we can see from every round, see that little icon right next to the player images right there on the blue team, the gold buff was secured by them. And that's like 2 games in a row, which gives everyone 750 additional gold.
All right, you saw Kuhn's there on a breakaway, but he did get stopped. Remember, it takes 1 hit. Look at that. Zowies is nailing those. You can tell he's with the Navy because he's hitting every shot.
And he's all by himself. It looks like someone's trying to collapse on him really fast.
Ooh.
Just smacked him in the face and took the Relic away.
Yeah, he took that hammer head on. Important to note, when the Relic goes out of bounds, it will spawn back to the location it was at previously. You saw that happen. We're now back to midfield there with 1 minute, 54 seconds left to go. This is round 4 now. if this could be the game winner now for Team Royal Dutch Navy. If they're able to get this, they will be up 1-0 in a best-of-5 game series here. This is match 1 again of the Breakaway battle on the high seas. We see Kinetic with control of the relic. He does get hit, forces that fumble, gets picked up by Coons. Coons going up left side, does get stopped by Zowie. Zowie's, this guy's everywhere.
He's doing a fantastic job from the back line, and Boss is feeling super confident that he's running the relic himself. He's not relying purely on his tank to move the relic.
Yeah, Boz again playing as Jara, the assassin character. Normally they play in stealth, but Boz, he's all YOLO mode right now. We see the relic going right side here. This could be the final push of the Royal Dutch Navy in this game. Are they going to push this in? It looks like they're going to get stopped now because they're getting mobbed by Media Netherlands. Good coordination there from the Media Netherlands. We see Wart now on the right side. He decides, oh, changes direction on us. He's now going left side. Ward going left side, 60 seconds left to go. Again, every one of these rounds is ticked down below the 1-minute marker. There's that blue line, that's your center line. You gotta get that across if you're gonna score when time expires. We see Zowie's with the relic, has to use the jump shot just to evade those attacks there from Matthias, doing a great job of playing as the Black Knight. Good pass there from Chelanium, upfield to Kinetic. They get intercepted though, and now you see Coons with the control of the relic. But again, Zowie's is there to force that interception.
They're not afraid to put on this heavy pressure because they're doing so much more damage. Again, no healer on the side of Team Media Netherlands.
We're down to 26 seconds left to go. This could be the territory win that the Royal Dutch Navy needs in order to secure it. We see now, good job there from Zowie's, picks up the relic, tries to pass it over to his teammate, the Black Knight Phoenix, but he does get caught up in an animation, so he's unable to pick up the relic. But don't worry, you have the rest of your teammates doing a great job there. Kinetic does a good job. We're down to 9 seconds left to go. If Media Netherlands need to stay alive, no, they're not going to have to worry about it, because there's Chelanium with the throw, with the score. 1, 2, 3.
Look at that big
Boom.
man Boss on the move.
Boss, he is playing like a champion right now. And game 1 goes to the Royal Dutch Navy. We're going to set things up for game 2 momentarily. How would you change things up, Mike, if you're playing as Media Netherlands? They got off to a good start, but then immediately it went to the Royal Dutch Navy with a quick 1, 2, 3.
I'd start investigating those buys that you were making that were questionable, like with some of your tanks. They weren't able to sustain any of those fights in a significant way. I would have been careful to not buy boots first if I was playing a Thorgrim. I would have gone for armor for sure.
And look at that, Kinetic, 15 kills. That guy, Boss,
And
man.
no deaths, 15-0-4 still.
That's pretty good. Yeah, this guy's definitely playing lethal. I mean, look at the gold game across the board. Every one of them over 10,000 gold. You know, Kinetic again. I mean, clearly MVP status with this guy. He's getting the most kills. He's getting the most gold. He scored twice. You know, Boz, he came to play.
And even with the healing being what it was, they just took care of the Team Netherlands Alona. Took her out of the match.
Yeah, she was not a factor here in game 1. But we're going to move on to game 2. So you talked a little bit about strategies. If you're playing as the Royal Dutch Navy, you have to change anything? You just keep going?
I would just keep going. They have this natural communication, this natural ability, and these guys just met each other for the first time this week, except for maybe
Not entirely
Boss.
true. Sebastian and Boz, they know each other.
They know each other.
But yeah, you know, these guys are all gamers. That's how they got selected. So I think Boz was like the first one to get picked because he's like, hey, I'm in. I'm a big gamer. The rest of them, they're huge gamers. They play tons of games all the time, and they're like, yeah, we want to be part of this. They formed their team. We saw Boz actually earlier on. He was one of the longest players training here today. He was here when we were doing a different event on another ship, and he trained back on Thursday. So he started training on Thursday. He's been training ever since, and it's proven it. It's looking pretty amazing.
They're looking very solid right now. Great communication, great ball movement. Why break it?
Yeah, sure. It ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, we're going to go out to game 2. With game 2, we're going to switch to a different map. This is the Shrine of Oros. What do you know about this map?
Shrine of Oros, more focused on team fighting. So the end zones are a little bit further apart, and the buffs on this map are going to be the health buff, which grants your team 20% health, and the attack buff, which gives your team 15% more attack damage.
All right, looks like we are about ready to gear things up. Both teams looking pretty serious now, and they're playing for that trophy you see in the middle. Here we go. We are loading up the Shrine of Oros right now. You can see it. Again, you see the Royal Dutch Navy already communicating with one another, and we are firing things off here. Right now, we're going to throw to it live. What do we see with these buys, Mike?
So it looks like people are playing the same characters that they played before. I'm seeing attack damage. I'm seeing, and that's the change I wanted to see from Kuntz. He actually is the armor. That's what the shield is. That's adding more armor. And then Mathia, don't let the temporary icon fool you. I think Mathia is actually building lifesteal on his Black Knight. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out with all the ults being called by him.
Yeah, Mattia, you know, she's been playing pretty well. I'd say she's probably one of the better players on Team Media Netherlands, her and Shock. Here we see the Oro slide there. Here goes an early score from Ward. He does get stopped with that spike trap, thankfully. So Phoenix, pat yourself on the back. You just saved yourself an embarrassing score in under 30 seconds here on Game 2. Media Netherlands putting on the push. But they do a good job with the Royal Dutch Navy. They stop that quick rush, and there comes Kinetic with the Relic. Nice back pass to Phoenix. Phoenix tries to pass, but it gets caught up in the wall there on the Shrine of Oros map. Here comes Phoenix going midfield, not even worrying about it. That's what happens when you're a tank. You don't need a juke, you just go right up the gut. We see Zowies with control of the Relic momentarily, pops it up in the air, does get control again, and again gets popped up in the air. Good move there from Shock, doing a good job playing as Kyra on Team Media Netherlands.
What's unique about these ziggurats, those are those pyramid-like objects on the side. Oh, we saw a fail right there, but you can slide from the top of each one of these staircases and jump the chasm onto those snake heads that you see.
Yeah, Chilanium, he was appreciating the view and just kind of fell off the map. But don't worry, he'll respawn in 2 more seconds. There we go, he found another quarter. He's inside now. And now we see Shock with control of the Relic, just throwing it to gain more ground. That's an advanced strategy, because when you hold the Relic, you move slower. So by throwing the Relic and running after, it's a good way to gain ground quickly. But quickly Kinetic comes in to intercept. Here we see now, we're watching Chilanium try to run in against 3 other opponents, though. That's a dangerous spot. But look at that, Royal Dutch Navy securing both the damage, the red, and the health, the green crystal for Team Royal Dutch Navy.
So team health seems to be about even, same with net worth, but those buffs are going to play out during the rest of the remainder of this round.
All right, you see Kuntz now with control. Is that Kuntz? No, it's Ward, sorry. He goes down. As we see now, Zowies with control. He's got to worry about Thorgrim. Thorgrim activates the Rib Splitter. Every warrior in Breakaway has special abilities they can throw up on cooldown. You just saw good job there from Kuntz using the Rib Splitter to force that fumble and stop the opposing forces of the Royal Dutch Navy.
Ooh, Mafia goes down. It looks like they're trying to funnel everybody towards the left side so they can control where the Relic is going to come into their base.
Okay, here comes a push there. Does get intercepted, though. Nice move playing from Kuntz. Does stop the quick charge throw there of Kinetic, who was trying to get a little stylish with his scoring.
It looks like Kyra, so Zowies, he's already on fire. So he's already killed 3 people without dying himself, and he's just doing massive amounts of damage and slowing down movement from Team Netherlands.
Shock, you saw him go up the ziggurat, decides to change direction. He goes down. There's 2 people down with really long cooldowns. We could almost see another person go down potentially here on the Team Media Netherlands. There it is. Thorgrim goes down. There's only Mattia left. She's got a fractured out. There's her team wipe for you.
Team wipe?
Bam! Team wipe from the battle on the high seas. Look at the action happening on the Royal Dutch Navy. They're looking pretty lethal.
They're looking absolutely solid right now. Between Zowies and Kinetic doing all that damage, securing both buffs, man, they whittled them down quickly.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. You got tier 4 demolition there from Zowies.
Yeah, that's absolutely necessary. The way that they like to wall up the base over at Team Netherlands, they need to take down those structures. That's so they can get more of those scoring opportunities. But if they keep beating them down with these team wipes, that's going to be something else.
All right, we're following Kinetic now as he has control of as he's using his pounce ability. So Jara has a cool notion. She can go in stealth mode so no one else can see her. She can then use pounce to jump in and potentially stun people if she connects. Then she can use her eviscerate, which is the ultimate ability. It's that nice 1-2-3 death combo. We've seen Kinetic use it multiple times earlier, which is how he got to such high kills in the first game. Maybe we see it again today.
And fantastic healing shrines by Chilanium all over the map. So there's a place for that Jara for Kinetic to go heal after those big assassination attempts.
Absolutely. We see Shock trying to do a nice move up the middle, gives it up to Kuntz. Kuntz does get stopped. You got to worry about the ballista. That is a great defensive turret ability from Kyra. She puts down that buildable, and you're not getting through that. You have to take it out.
It looked like Phoenix was just trying to freeze the action, make sure that Zowies wasn't going to get killed during that exchange, and now they're pushing forward.
Yeah, you see Chilanium going up left side there. Nice pass to Kinetic. Kinetic sliding down with the Oro slide. Does get stopped, though, mid-tracks, but Chilanium able to come up with the ball. He goes back to middle. Does get stopped as Mattia does a good job clearing the Relic. Relic back to Chilanium. Chilanium has that fumble ability, loses the fumble. And now we see Coons with the relic. He's going to go up the right side. Will he do the Oro slide? Yes, he will. Coons sliding, does a good job on a dash. He's on a breakaway. You have Coons getting chased by 2 members of the Royal Dutch Navy. They stop him, but not until Coons gets payback, firing off the Ragnarok, which is the ultimate ability of Thorgrim.
And those spike traps are tearing them up as well as the ballista. They need someone to start building some demolition or else they're never getting through.
Yeah, if you're playing as Kyra, which I believe is Shocked on Team Media Netherlands, he needs to buy those demolition bombs and start taking down those buildables, because that is a pretty good fortified structure. That base no one's getting into.
They are not. I mean, the added bonus is you're going to get yourself and your team some more gold.
Yeah, we see Shock, he's buying attack damage, he's buying armor pen. He needs to buy those demolition.
Yeah, he's fully equipped to do tons of damage to the enemy, but unfortunately, he's not helping his team break
Kinetic up
through.
the middle. Kinetic does take down the buildable, goes up the middle, does get stopped. Second attempt, third attempt, keeps passing it right to Ward. You need to try a different tactic, buddy. Don't keep throwing at the same opponent. Look at that, Coons doing a good job getting that relic out of there, and they live to fight another day, but we're down to 1 minute and 28 seconds left to go in round 2, game 2 of this Battle on the High Seas matchup between the Royal Dutch Navy and Team Media Netherlands.
And the Royal Dutch Navy again has secured both buffs. They have the health advantage and the damage advantage.
Here comes Chelanium, tries to stop Mattia, but Mattia, she's a force to be reckoned with. Keeps going in forward, but nice pickup there by Zowie. Zowie has the relic. He's going up to the left. Zowie's now has Chelanium comes up with the relic now. Chelanium passes it up to Kinetic. Kinetic is on a breakaway. He's got 2 people to worry about. Does get stopped in his track. Mattia staying in just to do that one last axe throw, but it's going to cost her 13 seconds that they may not have. Zowie's now gives the relic to Kinetic. Kinetic again gives it over to Ward. Ward fends him off. Chelanium tries to go in for the score, can't do it. Here we go, Kinetic up high, still can't get it in. As we keep unnumber their attempt, I lost count on this one. They're not able to get that relic in there, but don't worry, you only got 34 seconds left to go. There's that yellow center line, but here comes Kuntz. Kuntz gives it up to Mattia. Mattia passes back to Kuntz. We see now Kinetic coming up the relic, keeping it on the side of the Royal Dutch Navy. This could be the good scoring opportunity, either by scoring in the base or by time expiring. We're down to Kinetic again. He tries to get it in. Can't capitalize on these scores. Another missed opportunity, but here he is again, and now he gets it.
Oh, the persistence by Kinetic. Even when he didn't have his relic dash, he just kept pushing it forward.
I hear there is a Dutch saying, Mike, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And Kinetic, man, you saw that happen again and again here.
I would say try again and then smash them in the face. They did a fantastic job. Look at the KDAs, 8, 1, and 12. They're doing fantastic. And look at the gold gain. Look at that bar. Look how it swung completely in favor of the Royal Dutch Navy.
Yeah, there's like a 16K differential between gold and net worth here.
Look at, ladies and gentlemen, we have tier 4 cooldown reduction. That's that little hourglass. What that tells you is he's going to be able to do his abilities more often than the other team. Same with the demolition, the armor, the attack damage. They're in fuego right now.
Yeah, they're doing great. I don't know how to say on fire in Dutch, but I'd be saying that too.
I think we're going to learn it later.
Absolutely. I mean, this is definitely looking like a clinic right now. Somehow the Royal Dutch Navy got off to a slow start, but now they are running full ahead.
It looks like they were trying to force the action and do some early pressure. But when you die, your cooldown reductions early on are much shorter. They just extend every time you die within a round.
All right, here we see Ward does a good pass there to Shock. Shock's using the jet jump just to evade that swings of Phoenix. Again, doing a good job as the Black Knight. We haven't talked a lot about Phoenix on the Royal Dutch Navy, but he's stopping fools all the time.
He's the glue of the team. He's that tank that's doing massive amounts of disruption. He's setting up his spike traps, which were like the key to their defense.
Here goes though, Chelanium on a breakaway. Can he go all the way? No, he gets stopped by Shock. Here comes Kinetic though, using the dash. And there it is, putting him away for game 2 as we move into game 3 now, with the first 2 games being victorious for the Royal Dutch Navy.
And it looks like Shock got caught going through the buy screen. It looks like he was just trying to get equipment on. He didn't think the rush was coming that fast.
Yeah, look at those guys. The Royal Dutch Navy, this looks like the team to beat here. I don't know what to do. You see Mattia now trying to talk to her teammates, give them some different pointers. I don't know if I can shout loud enough for Shock to buy demolition instead of armor pen and attack damage. But someone on that team needs to stop down those buildables, because they are getting destroyed with all the buildables. You saw the Royal Dutch Navy put up a huge fort there. And what do we see with these stats here?
So look, I want to go to healing right here. Look at the healing. So out did Ward. So we see Chelanium, sorry, over 1,000 more, like 1,500 more healing done. So lots of persistence. Look at the amounts of damage done by Phoenix. Oh my goodness. Over 6K. So he was disrupting.
Yeah, I mean, again, like the Royal Dutch Navy, they're playing as a team. We did see Kinetic get taken down, though. He died twice this time, which is 2 times more than last time, because last time he was undefeated. Flawless victory, I believe they say in the fighting terms. But you know what? We're moving on to Game 3. Again, the best-of-5 series. Do we think we're going to see any changes in the team comp at all for Team Media Netherlands?
I don't know if it'd be an act of desperation. Maybe there's something that they could pull out, but play what you know. See if you can change things that are more about your strategy, more about your equipment buys. Don't pick characters that are unfamiliar.
Okay, and so we see there that, of that, there's only 2 range characters from the Media Netherlands. You have Kyra, and then I believe they don't have a healer. So they have, what else is it? You got notes there.
Oh, no, there was healers. So Ward, was rolling with a healer, and then Chilenium was rolling with a healer. They were both playing Alona, but Chilenium was out-healing him by a large margin, by over 1,000K, by like 1,500.
So you have the healer Alona on Media Netherlands, played by Ward, and you have the Kyra, which is played by Shock.
Yes.
So 2 ranged characters, one of them needs to buy Demolition.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who's it going to be? Who would you say? You're coaching this team.
I would say Shock, anytime we make a big push like that, you need to start taking out something on one of those sides. Like create a lane so we can at least make some pushes, some educated pushes.
All right. Looks like we're about to kick off. This is Game 3. This could be the match victory for the Royal Dutch Navy if they're able to pull this one out. We are going back to Atala Prime. You can see there on the screens, buys are happening. People are loading in. They're getting ready to go. All right, there you have it. The Royal Dutch Navy, they're up 2-0. This could be the match-winning game for the Royal Dutch Navy if they pull this one out. Mike, what do we see with the item buys? I see Shock has not learned his lesson. He is not buying Demolition.
No, he's sticking to attack damage, and it looks like Mathia she's still sticking with the life steal. And this is a map that's built for speed, so I don't know what else that you can do other than, be smart about how you place your buildables. Don't overcommit to conflicts. And right now, Kinetic and Zowies are playing out of their mind.
Yeah, I honestly, I give props to everyone on the Royal Dutch Navy. Look at Chilenium. He's gone all the way up all by himself. You got to worry about that wall of Thorgrim. Tries to throw it over the wall. You can't throw it over the wall, but it doesn't matter because he throws it in the goal.
And they were down a
quick score there.
A really quick score. They caught him asleep. They probably didn't see that pressure coming.
Look at that. You see a little shrug? He's like, yeah, what's up? I know, I'm awesome.
He's like, I don't know, I'm just great. I'm the best.
My name's Zowies, dude.
He is the best. And look, they're still talking strategy. You're like, you know what, we stole that one, but we're going to bring it.
Yeah, you know what? It's almost unfair because these guys, they study, they're in their 2nd year, their 4th year, or they've graduated. They know all about tactics here, and tactics are certainly playing out on the breakaway battle on the high seas with the Royal Dutch Navy taking on Team Media Netherlands. We're starting out round 2. Do we see anything else?
We're seeing some second item buys. It looks like Kuntz is actually getting some health regeneration. He doesn't feel like he's going to be hanging around Warts. Warts is just trying to make some moves over on the side, supporting the other tank. So he wants to make sure he can get healed when he's outside of combat.
All right, we're following Chilenium. We see Chilenium in the picture-in-picture. Chilenium throws the relic there. Is he going to go for another quick score? Does get stopped. Looks like Media Legends is like, you know what, you're going to fool me once. That's fine, but we're going to get you now again. Here comes Wart with control of the relic. Brings it back to midfield. It's now Battle of the Tanks as you have Kuntz against Phoenix. The Black Knight versus Thorgrim, but Mattia comes up with the relic from behind. She has the relic, quickly loses the relic. Unfortunately, now Kuntz has the relic. He gets fumbles and he gets forced to fumble. Now, again, Team Media Netherlands keeps trying to take up that relic, but Chilenium doing a good job of dodging past those attacks from Alona. And here comes Chilenium with another score! Chilenium!
By himself. The only person that was going to stop him just got a face full of Kinetic with that Jara pounce, just totally blocking them from chasing down Boss.
This guy's
happy
like,
he is.
Hey, Mom, check that out. Bam!
That was impressive. And did you notice, Sil, that they also stole the gold buff at the beginning of that round, and they did it that quickly?
Of course they did, man. These guys are military precision. All right, this is it, round 3. This is match point for Team Royal Dutch Navy. If they're able to win this one, they will go into the finals and play one of our 2 esports teams, either Team EchoFox or Team Rogue, which will be fighting off in match 2 following this game right here.
Look at the walls that are up over at Team Netherlands and the spike traps. They don't want anybody getting back in.
You see action happening right at the middle of Atala Prime. As you mentioned earlier, Mike, this is a Rusher's Paradise map. And we've seen a lot of rushing. We saw it with Zowies, we saw it with Chilenium. Now we're back there, midfield. Looks like Team Media Netherlands is trying to do a a better job now. They're going to take down that healing shrine, and you never want to fight under the healing shrine.
No, absolutely not. You're just asking for trouble.
Mattia, though, she is being relentless there, not giving up the fight. She's down to about a quarter of her health. This is not going to be good for her. She needs to get out of there and get health. Good job from Wart using Radiance, one of the abilities of Alona, to heal Mattia, but she's still very low on health. Even though she's a tank, she still can be killed.
You got to watch out. Look, he had to shift gears because he saw how much stuff was in the way. But over the course of those 2 rounds, look, there's ballistas at each high road, spike traps at each road. They have buildables. It's really deceptive from this view, but it's going to be very hard to infiltrate the base of the Royal Dutch Navy.
Yeah, they have put up tons of fortifications there. Now we see Chelanium with control of the Relic. He does get forced to fumble. Shock doing a good job taking down both Chelanium and Kinetic. Kinetic now has the Relic, though, does get stopped. Again, Shock doing good job on defense now. You see that Blessing of the Sun getting put there. That's that patch of grass. All you got to do if you're on the Royal Dutch Navy, make sure you're standing in it. You will gain more health. And there we see Ward now with Kuntz. They're going up the right side. Good pass from Ward to Kuntz. Kuntz going down the first elevator. He's going to jump it. This is a jump which costs him a fraction of time, which is just enough for Kinetic to get in the mix there as Jara, the assassin character here in Breakaway.
This is going to be very tough to try to infiltrate that base. Look at that ballista putting in work up above, shooting people before they can even get to the elevator.
Yeah, we see Shock very low on health. We see Mattia trying to take down the ballista, and she is able to do so. Good job there, Mattia. We need more of the Media Netherlands taking down these buildables because they scale. The buildables persist round to round. So if you do not take a buildable in round 1, round 2, another one's going to join its place. And that's definitely a strategy that the Royal Dutch Navy has capitalized on in all 3 of these games.
But unfortunately, Mattia had to wind up using her ult in order to take it down quickly, which left her team in a situation where it was like a 3v2.
That was a
4v3.
nice pass there. Passing it over to Chelanium. Worth interrupting you, Mike, is how good that pass was. Went right through another character on the opponent's side. They were unable to get up that interception. And the Relic is just bouncing around. And this could be almost down to 1 minute left to go. We have 1 minute 13 seconds. Royal Dutch Navy unable to get the Relic into the base on this score, so they're not getting a rush attempt happening right now. Wart with control of the Relic, uses his Relic dash to gain ground, but unfortunately it wasn't enough on a second attempt. We have Wart now, we're down to 59 seconds left to go. You see the blue line at the center of the map. If you were on the red side or the Media Netherlands team, you need to cross that line in order to be in scoring position as time is ticking away with 47 seconds left to go. Both teams have lost their Alona, but looks like Chelanium's back in the action now, and it looks like the Alona character, Ward, is now back for Team Media Netherlands with 34 seconds left to go.
So Zowi's pressing the action. He's got lots of teammates up front. Here comes the passes and a quick move by Kinetic. Couldn't get the score.
Yeah, Kinetic couldn't get it. Second attempt. Here comes Zowie. Zowie passes it over to Kinetic, and there it is. 1, 2, 3. Royal Dutch Navy, boom!
That's
they
a
are
wrap,
going to
Sil.
the finals.
That is a wrap, Sil. Fantastic passing. That is the quickest way, most efficient way to move the Relic, make people commit to attacks, and then go right past them.
Yeah, look at that. The Royal Dutch Navy doing a great job there. You know, mad props to all 4 members of that team. There they are. Look at them. They look happy. You see Patrick in the background. He's going to be interviewing a member of the Royal Dutch Navy following this momentarily. And you know what? That was a pretty exciting match there. The Royal Dutch Navy, I am impressed.
They brought it. They're gamers for sure. They put in so much work this week during the events that I'm not shocked. Not shocked at all. I'm surprised that it was that quick. That was a sweep. I mean, they were doing heavy damage between Zowi's and Kinetic.
Yeah, you know, they lost that first round, but then what happened was they were flawless after that. They got a little, you know, weren't doing too well, but man, did they dominate. And there you see some show of sportsmanship, you know, props all around there. Great job there from the Royal Dutch Navy and Media Netherlands. Let's give them some props. All right, looks like the teams are winding down. And again, I believe we are setting up for an interview with a member of the Royal Dutch Navy team. Mike, do you think that the Royal Dutch Navy can defeat one of the esports teams?
I think they have a really good chance, just to be honest. Like, both teams have been playing a lot this week, but they're starting to adapt to the meta. So we're seeing a lot of that passing game, and they brought one of the first team wipes for this series.
Yeah, I mean, even in our Throwdown Thursday days, we very rarely, if ever, get a team wipe, and the Royal Dutch Navy getting it done.
Yeah, I think they took their soul during that match. That last match, that last game right there, it was like, you know what, we steamrolled you those 2 times, and that first score was so demoralizing because it happened so quickly, they didn't even realize it happened, that I think the wheels fell off, to be honest.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about this boat again that we are on. For those of you just joining in, you are on, or we are on, I should say. We call it the Battle on the High Seas because we are literally on the high seas in the North Sea on this vessel known as the HNLS Holland. This is a OPV, or ocean-going patrol vessel. This vessel is used to do anti-terrorism, used for stopping drug trafficking, and it's also used to stop piracy. So, you hear a lot about various, Somali pirates and whatnot. They send this ship in to stop that. And it actually partners with the U.S. Coast Guard as well. Now, we are setting up for our second match, but I hear that we have an interview. So we are going to be interviewing Boss from the team. He was the healer known as Chilenium. He made that sweet score there. Let's throw it over to Mr. Epilogue himself. Patrick, you are with Boz. What can you tell us? What do you hear?
Thanks, guys. I am here with Boz, who's the leader of the Netherlands Navy team. That was a great match. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, pretty good. It's a good vibe. Let's hope it goes through like this.
Yeah. So congratulations. Good job. You guys are going through to the finals.
Yep.
That's outstanding. Must feel great.
Yeah, it's good for confidence. Yeah.
So the last thing I heard before the match started was buildables, 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 and I heard it from both teams. So tell me about how buildables factored into your strategy here.
Well, the thing is, we try to run and pass along, but the buildables are really in your way. So when you go forward, you gotta start knocking them down if you have the chance between all the fighting that's going on, because that's really a tactical advantage that you got right there. And we do play to score rather than to kill the whole team.
And that was kind of a problem in that first match where I think every single round went all the way to the 1-minute territory marker. Were you ever worried?
Yeah, especially the territory play. Because we're not great at that, or at least that's the vibe I have. So we try to rush forward, and when it comes to territory play, it gets really tricky.
Yeah. So you guys are running a comp with Jara, the assassin. Does that change your strategy at all? Do you build strategy around having an assassin on your team?
Yeah, and I think we'll play a different kind of setup against the other teams because with the Dutch opponents, we had the opportunity to, even though they went double tank, to fight at them and just keep it alive. But with the American guys, we know that doing an assassin is not going to work. So
don't give anything away.
Yeah, no, we're fairly confident about our build. So.
All right, great. So you guys you're all in the military. You've all gone through similar training. Do you think that helps your team cohesion, your communication?
Yeah, I think there's no hard feelings when you just boss around and say, you need to do this, you need to do that, because, well, I'm not going to say we're used to it, but it comes more natural, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. And periodically I would hear you shout forward. Is that your rallying cry?
Yeah, it's the Dutch word voorwaarts, which is basically the same in English, forward, yeah.
What is everybody supposed to do when you do that? Everybody just pushes?
Yeah. Go forward, and we'll see if we can pass it along and just score. Yeah.
Well, it certainly worked this time. Congratulations. You're going to the finals. We'll see you in the final match. All right, back to you guys.
All right, there you have it there. Boz giving away some early strategies for how he's going to take down the Americans, also known as the esports players. He's not going to be playing as Assassin. He's going to be playing as something else. But we're not going to get to that match yet because we got to find out who they're going to be facing off. So our next match, match 2, is going to be between EchoFox and Team Rogue. So this is going to be an exciting matchup. We were going to get to there shortly after this quick break. You are watching Breakaway on the Battle on the High Seas. Welcome back to the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas. We are aboard the HNLMS Holland here on the North Sea. As you can see, we have ranked up to prepare for the weather, and we are ready for some action. This is our featured match. Match 2 is between 2 esports teams, Team EchoFox and Team Rogue. We've been hyping this match all week. Mike, what do you think is going to happen here?
I think it's going to be an all-out slugfest. They've been going at it all week. I'm seeing some strong play coming from them. They're adapting to the meta. I can't wait till this match starts.
All right, well, before we get into that match, let's remind you guys, if you want to win the contest, because Team EchoFox is giving away 4 Ryzen processors, courtesy of AMD, all you got to do is go look at the link that you will see in the Twitch chat. So if you want to follow and figure that out, just wait for the Twitch bot to put up the link, click on that link, and enter in to win one of the 4 Ryzen processors. Thanks to AMD for that. Let's introduce the teams here. We're going to kick things off by introducing Team EchoFox. There we see Team EchoFox. We have 4 members of this team. This is the H1Z1 team. We're going to kick things off by talking about Justin Summy, also known as Mini. Justin's one of the most aggressive solo H1Z1 players and currently ranks 5th on the H1Z1 Expert Skill Leaderboard. He loves H1Z1 as advancing competitive gameplay since the beginning by leading his 2015 H1Z1 Showdown team to victory and by creating the H1Z1 solo tournament scene, the Champions Arena. Next up, we have Flame, Brian Barnaby. He is one of the most exciting players in all of H1Z1. He is known for his hyper-aggressive playstyle as well, and he's one of the best mistake punishers in all of H1Z1. He is tied for lead with 9 Champions Arena wins and finished 4th place at the H1Z1 Showdown while finishing with the 2nd most kills. Brian has also had his name atop the leaderboard for long-term kills in every single leaderboard H1Z1 has ever released. Prior to playing H1Z1, he was a competitive Street Fighter 4 player. Maybe he went up against Filthy Rich.
That's quite possible.
All right, let's go down the line. Now we have Howie, also known as Dennis Olsen. He hails from Sweden and is one of the top streamers of H1Z1. He was discovered by EchoFox after climbing the Twin Galaxies leaderboard and gaining a top 10 placing. And then finally, rounding it out for Team EchoFox, we have Radek Posler. He is, one of the most aggressive players in H1Z1. He finished 2nd place in the Shotgun Challenge with 27 kills. And Radek is the winner of the 2016 TwitchCon Invitational for H1Z1. There you see Team EchoFox. Let's take a look and see who are they going to choose today as we begin the best of 5 series of Breakaway in our battle on the high seas. We're going to kick it off going to chair number 1, which is going to be Flame.
So Flame, I was following him, watching a lot of the plays that he was adapting to. I'm expecting him to go backline in damage dealing. I'm expecting the Kyra pick, if anyone can hear me over this awesome helicopter.
All right, looks like the pick is about to be in. And we have Kyra. You called it, Mike.
To be expected, doing lots of damage from that back line. Good skill shots, really good at leading the target, and I saw him adapting and using buildables more often in great positions on each map.
All right, let's go on to chair number 2 for Team EchoFox. This is Howie. Howie, what can you tell us about him?
Howie, I saw him adapt to the game. Running tanks, running Black Knight. He liked to do a lot of disruption, cause a lot of fumbles. He was laying down his spike traps, lots of passing. Yes, and the pick is in, and he is going with Black Knight.
There you go. You called it using that spike trap. We're going to see a lot of that as he faces off against Team Rogue. And now we'll go to chair number 3. This is Radek.
Radek, I saw him playing a lot of support. I'm expecting to see Alona. You know, almost a very similar composition to what we saw with the earlier teams that played today. So dual tanks with support and with a damage dealer.
All right, and he is going with Alona. Like you mentioned, supporting the players. There's your healer for Team EchoFox in this matchup. And we're going to round it out in the number 4 spot. Cleanup position, we have Mini.
You know, Mini, he started doing a lot of combos and a lot of things with Thorgrim. He likes the ability to ring people out. I'm expecting him to come in with the Thorgrim pick. And let's go with another dual tank combo.
He is the captain of Team EchoFox's H1Z1 team.
He was also calling all the shots in the matches that I saw earlier, really encouraging his team firmly.
And you called it, you guessed right, he is choosing Thorgrim. Mike, the fact that this team is an H1Z1 team, what does that tell us about how they're going to play Breakaway? What can we expect from them?
I think a lot of strong coordination. I think with the way that they play, a lot of talking, a lot of communication of like, hey, we need to go here, we need to do this, who's got eyes on Relic. I'm expecting to see that type of coordination and actually really good skill shots that are coming in from the Alona and from the Kyra players.
All right, well, let's introduce their competitors. This is Team Rogue. Half this team is the Rocket League team from Team Rogue. Let's introduce them. Pull up the graphic here. Kicking it off, we have Matt Dixon. He's a former diehard Team Fortress 2 player, and both him and Sizz have been playing 2v2 power duo since the release of Rocket League in 2015. He leads North America with an average score per game of Rocket League of 289.8 in the Rocket League Championship League play. Now we also have Sizz, that's his partner, Emiliano Benny. His background is in competitive FPSs, playing games such as Call of Duty and Counter-Strike. He goes to SDSU, former fellow San Diegan collegiate. Both Mike and I went to UC San Diego, so we got to give it up for our neighbors
friends,
there.
Man.
Yep. He's
Go
an
Aztecs.
avid karaoke singer and also likes long walks on the beach. He led North American players with 11 savior accolades, including at least 3 saves in 28% of all his games during the Rocket League Championship League play. We also have Stormin, Ludwig Storm. He's a Twitch streamer, and he is part of the Rogue H1Z1 team. They heard EchoFox was putting in a lot of H1Z1 players. They decided to put in their own, and rounding out Team Rogue right now in the Breakaway battle on the high seas is Carson Knuth. Carson Knuth is the co-owner of Team Rogue. Another member, owner of Team Rogue, is none other than Steven Aoki. So quite a powerhouse team here for Team Rogue. Again, half the team is Rocket League players. You also have a co-owner of the team, and you have a member of their H1Z1 team. Let's go in dive deep now on who they're going to be picking for this first game here. We're going to start with Matt.
Matt, I actually saw him playing a lot of tank. Actually, Thorgrim to be exact. So he adapted extremely fast. He probably took to the game just as fast as the Dutch Navy guys. He really picked up sliding. I don't know, it's the Rocket League guys that like going up walls, stuff like that, but his sliding ability was, like, he took to it like a fish takes to water. It was amazing. So I'm expecting, and there it is, Thorgrim pick.
All right. In the number 2 chair is his partner. I wonder if we'll see a lot of team action between the two. Give it up for Emiliano. He is also known as Sizz.
So Sizz, these guys, I predict running another tank. He's going to run BK, so we're going to see Black Knight. And they're kind of a dynamic duo. They like feeding off of each other, putting a lot of pressure, advancing the ball. And the pick is in, and it is Black Knight. What I saw between the two of them, and maybe it's because they play together, passing and tons of passing. They adapted extremely quickly, more so than any other team or members, to the passing game.
All right. In the number 3 chair for Team Rogue, we have Stormin. He is, again, that H1Z1 player. Will he pick a shooter character, perhaps?
Coincidentally, you know, I thought he was going to go with a Kyra pick, but then when I've seen him play and like work his way from the back lines, he was playing support. And so I saw a lot of Alona, and I'd be shocked if he changes. Yep, he's going with Alona. He's going to start healing his tanks, making sure they maintain those sustained pushes.
And there you go, the last time I do a character prediction. As we round out Team Rogue with the co-owner, CJK.
Now, I have actually saw him play a lot of different characters, so I'm really curious what he's going to go in with. Like, maybe he will go backline damage. Maybe we'll see the Kyra pick. He could go crazy and we could see an Argus pick. Not quite sure. This is the one that I am questioning because he has been adapting to the game.
You got to pick one. Who's it going to be? Come on.
Oh,
way to stall it. Way to stall it.
I think it's going to be Kyra. Solid pick. They got a great damage deal. They got heals. Actually very similar to the competitors.
All right, well, there you have it. Again, this is our esports throwdown right now. 2 professional teams, Team EchoFox, Team Rogue. These guys are going to battle it out in a best-of-5 game series here on Breakaway in our Battle of the High Seas. Mike, if you had to make a bold prediction, which team you think takes it?
Oh my God, that is a bold prediction. I might have to give it up to the passing game of Rogue.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually, just to be different from you, I'm going to go with EchoFox. I think EchoFox had an issue a little bit early on. Took them a little bit to get used to Breakaway. But once they got it, man, this team has been steamrolling. I think we're going to see them in the finals play the Royal Dutch Navy.
I think what's going to make the difference is actually map control. Like, who secures the buffs on both maps, the item buys. Like, it's basically like a mirror match. We're seeing dual tank comps, we're seeing damage dealing, and we're seeing healing. So it's who's going to make those small changes that give them the strategic edge.
All right. Do you think there's any like strategy around the fact that they picked the same comps? Like, did they do some strategy ahead of time? Do you think, or is that just like, if you're a player at home and you're playing Breakaway in our alpha, you went on playbreakaway.com/alpha, and you wanted to figure out what is the best team comp Is it in fact, you know, picking dual tanks or picking, you know, a healer and a range character? Like, how would you advise someone who's coming into Breakaway new, who wants to, you know, have the most balanced comp?
I would say it is actually that. Go for the most balanced comp and then have a team composition that you are very comfortable in running.
All right, well, here we are on Atala Prime. We have kicked things off. We are in the middle of game 1 now with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left to go. What do we see with those item buys that you saw briefly, Mike?
Almost identical. We're seeing the tanks. All the tanks are building armor, and that's that shield that you see. Actually, both healers are also building cooldown reduction so they can use their abilities more often. That's the hourglass. And then both of our damage dealers, both of our Kairas, started off with demolition so they can take out buildables and buffs as quickly as possible.
Oh, look at that quick score there happening from the red team. Nice. From Team Rogue, rather.
Rogue.
The blue team coming up there. You saw action happening as we go to the replay there. You can see it on the monitor as they're watching Team Rogue watching themselves score. They got it in really early on. We were still doing our intro conversation. We should know better when you have these two professional esports teams.
You got to keep your eye on the ball, and Rogue likes to push and move fast.
All right, we are starting round 2 now of game 1 on this breakaway battle on the high seas. There you see Mini. He's getting a little amped up, ready for that pre-fight.
Looks like Flame also added armor piercing. That's what that spear tip is. He wants to start really digging into those tanks that have heavy armor.
There are 3 ways to win in breakaway if you're just watching right now. The first way is you take that relic, the ball, and you bring it into your opponent's base, as we just saw Team Rogue do moments ago. Now we see Mini with control of the relic. He is playing as Thorgrim, our main tank warrior, one of 2 that you see here today in the breakaway battle in the high seas. And there he is, scoring it!
Oh, Mini was not to be denied. He goes, you're going to score on me fast? I'm going to take it back down your throats and score on you.
Yeah, you called it. You said this was going to be a slugfest. We have seen 2 really quick scores as the gameplay gets heated up with these 2 professional esports teams.
Yeah, fantastic work. You know, one thing to note is the losing team gets bonus gold going into the next round. So it's both teams have lost one, so they're both starting to see a gold gain, because these are really fast matches right now still.
Yeah, and we're seeing Howie, he's changing his mind multiple times. He's got the armor, he's got the movement speed, and now he's got attack damage.
Look at everybody's building up speed. That's what that boot is. That is movement speed. But we're seeing more deeply investment into the cooldown reduction. And we saw a couple tier 4s come out for the bonus stats.
Nice. We're following Matt right now. Matt gets a nice pass. He has control of the relic. Remember, there are 3 ways to win. We talked about 1. The second way to win is you annihilate the other team. So they have health bars underneath each of their portraits. As those health bars go to 0, they will have to respawn. If you wipe out the entire team and put them all on respawn at once, that's the second way to win. We'll talk about the third way if we even get there with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Now we see Sizz with control of the relic, throws it up forward there, gets picked up by Matt. Matt does get stopped by the tank. Howie doing a nice job on a second attempt. Here comes Matt. You got to worry about that ballista, though. Every warrior in Breakaway has a buildable they can place down. The Black Knight has those spike traps that you see there, and Kyra has the ballista there at the top, playing a nice turret, taking down Matt and preventing him from scoring.
And they're at a health disadvantage and still trying to bring the pressure. Look at Sizz. He's getting belted.
Yeah, he is not living up for it. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to keep going in there. I'll let my healer do their job. As we see all 4 members of Team EchoFox now with control of the relic. Good pass handoff there from Mini to Radek. Radek now with control of the relic. He is playing as Alona, the healing warrior. He's up there waiting to get position for his teammates. Will he pass the relic? No, he's going to hold it and get a fistful of Thorgrim hammer there as Matt picks up the relic, activates his shield wall, his defensive ability, but he does have to cough up the relic, and the relic goes back in the hands of EchoFox.
Look at the buildables starting to stack. Look at the walls that are being placed. Now, buildables will persist through the entirety of the match, so if you don't destroy one, you get to, if your buildable doesn't get destroyed, you get to build another one the next round.
Here we see Matt with control of the relic. He's going to try to go. Nice job using the slide to gain that extra momentum. Good back toss there from Matt, but it's not going to be enough. EchoFox comes back with the relic, but there it goes. Goes to Stormin now on Team Rogue. He has control of the relic, does get hit. It only takes 1 hit to fumble the relic. We see Stormin getting in his own rebound now. Stormin doesn't pass up to Sizz. Sizz with control of the relic, throws it upfield as much as possible. And now we're caught up in the glare there as we see Rogue fighting it off. And there goes EchoFox doing a beautiful job taking the relic. And as we see Stormin now with control of the relic, remember, we talked about the 3 ways to win here in Breakaway. The primary way is you take that ball, that's the relic, you bring it into your opponent's base to score. Here we see CJK, he's the co-owner of Rogue. He does get hit, forcing that fumble, and now Mini has control of the relic, taking it back there, going up the second story. He's like, I don't want to go up the second story, that's the other direction. He's now got the relic back in there. Picking it up is Howie. Howie with control of the relic, fighting off Sizz. Sizz able to steal the relic from him. And now the relic's getting picked up by Matt. And then now it gets picked up by Radic. Lots of change of possessions here, Mike.
That's right, Sil, and I think it's because Rogue is able to keep up so much pressure. Did you see they split buffs? So the gold advantage is actually going to EchoFox. But the armor buff went to Rogue, so they're just continuing to push with all that extra damage reduction.
Yeah, we're not seeing too many team fights happen right now. It seems a lot of just change of possessions there. You see Mini going in the mix there. Howie has it. There's 56 seconds left to go. You see the blue line at the center of the map. That is the center line. You need to cross that line in order to keep the relic in scoring position for your team as time expires. We're down to 46 seconds left to go. The ball right now is in the Rogue territory, so they will win this one if they're able to keep the relic on this side of the line with 39 seconds left to go. You see Roddick now with control of the relic. It does get intercepted, and Stormin coming up hard with the relic. Fast move there from Alona, the healing character. He's going up to the other side. He may even score it. Matt has the relic, tries to toss it, does get hit though. As he's about to throw it, the relic goes, and here comes Radek on a run. Radek needs to cross that blue line. Saving throw there from Stormin, doing a beautiful job, passes it back, gets intercepted by Mini. Mini has control of the relic, and 14 seconds left to go now. We are across the blue line now in scoring position for Team EchoFox. Can they keep it in there with 8 seconds left to go? You have Matt now with the relic. He's unable to get it. Quick throw there. Look at that. Rogue in the last second.
Goodness.
Rogue gets the CJK, and there it is. Rogue coming up with it.
He sacrificed himself to throw the relic back over to the stage into his teammates' hands. What a play, Sil.
I don't think we have ever seen that in Breakaway, to jump off the side and toss it at the last second just to buy enough teams. What an amazing play. And look at all these epic buys there happening on Team Rogue. A lot of Team Force here.
You know, I'm still in shock on that awesome play by Stormin. Just what a heads-up play. But yeah, we see Tier 4 armor come in. It's incredible. They're going to be super tanky. It's going to be really hard to kill those guys.
And look at Flame. Flame has Tier 4 demolition and Tier 4 armor pen.
So they're fighting around the armor buff. It looks like somebody on EchoFox went down. Looks like Mini, he went down, so he's going to be back up in another 5 seconds.
You see Stormin with control of the relic. He does have to force that fumble now as Radek has control of it. Radek with the relic does lose it, and now the relic goes in the hands of Stormin. Stormin going up the right side. Can they catch up to him? Yes, they can. Stormin forced to cough up that relic, and now it goes in the hands of Mini. Mini gets the relic, goes out of bounds, but don't worry, as the relic goes out of bounds, it will respawn back to the location where it was previously. Relic has the, Radin has the relic, gives it up there to Mini. Mini with the relic, has to lose it. You see a nice rib splitter there from Thorgrim. Every warrior in Breakaway has abilities they're able to use that are on cooldown. Now we see action happening as we get closer and closer to the red team base. The red team is EchoFox and the blue team is Rogue.
Sizz was trying to go on a breakaway. When he fumbled, he immediately hit his ult to stop everybody from doing anything, but it looks like the push out by Mini, advancing it into Radek, and now look, they're going high road still.
Yeah, Mini taking the high road there with his partner there. Tries to pass to the partner's like, I don't want it. But on the second attempt, he's able to get it, but Radek does a good job activating Blessing of the Sun. That is a healing AoE attack or ability, so just go inside that grassy patch if you are on the red side, and you will gain extra health. The relic goes back, change of possession once again to Stormin. Stormin has the relic, does get caught up with it though, loses it back to Mini. Mini gives it, Matt intercepts it briefly. Here comes Radek now with the relic going up left side. Charging throw gets caught up in the wall of Thorgrim. And now we see Matt with the relic going up to the other side, trying to clear it. Mini tries to bring it back the other way, but there comes Matt using a nice job of the relic dash to gain some ground now. We see the relic going right at midfield. Here comes Matt crossing the line there with 2 minutes to go in round 4 of game 1.
Looks like EchoFox did secure both buffs, so they have armor buff and gold buff. They need to extend this match still.
Yeah, you know what? There's only 1 minute and 47 seconds left to go. Sizz has the relic. Like you said, Mike, EchoFox has to win this one if they're going to keep game 1 alive.
Unfortunately, it looked like the Thorgrim, it looked like Matt, he decided to go take a swim, so now here we got the rush.
Yeah, you're seeing Mini there with Howie, both tanks ready to move there. Howie doing a nice juke there. Here comes Mini with the rebound. Radek with the score.
They needed that score still. They tie things up. They needed to take advantage of securing that gold buff to survive another round and use that gold gain to put on some heavy damage in this deciding round.
Yeah, that was a nice move there. You had Mini trying to throw the relic in, but Radek was in the way, so he's like, you know what, I'll take it and I'll throw it in. All right, this is game point for game 1 between these two teams. Just a reminder, this is a best-of-5 game series. So
Look,
we are neck and neck, and what do we know with the gold there, Mike?
look at the net worth. It's definitely favoring EchoFox. 46K compared to the 30K by Rogue. And I see multiple tier 4 items on EchoFox. So this is going to be a problem for Rogue. They're going to have to rush.
Absolutely, and you notice that EchoFox had a lot of the warriors there on the side of EchoFox. The players had tier 4 boots, so they're going to be moving a lot faster than Team Rogue as well.
They're going to be able to collapse faster. They're going to be able to move the relic faster.
All right, there you see the relic happening right at the middle of the map. Action moving closer, actually, to EchoFox's base. But here comes Radic. Radic with control of the relic, does a good relic dash. Here comes Radic on the push to midfield, does get stopped, though, and the relic again remains back there at midfield.
Looked like a misfire of the sunburst. That's usually used to keep people off of you. I think he was actually looking to do Blessing of the Sun.
And we look at one member of EchoFox is low on health. He goes down. One of the tanks is down, but he's only out for 2 seconds. It's his first death. As we see Stormin now with control of the relic, does get stopped. Nice move there from, I believe that was Mini activating his Ragnarok.
That was Mini, and it was also, who am I looking for? Radic. He actually did his sunburst to help
here
stem
comes
the
Stormin.
flow.
Oh, Stormin gets intercepted on the second attempt. Can Rogue punch it in here? No, they're not able to. Flame coming up on the backside with the save there. On a third attempt, you see Stormin try to get in there, but he goes down. He's out for 8 seconds, and another member of Team Rogue goes down. 2 members down. It's a 2-person power play. Here comes Radic pushing up the middle. This could be the push that EchoFox needs to take this game away. They do get stopped, though. Nice move there from Matt, dude, doing a great job of stalling for his teammates to come back to life.
EchoFox, they're so strong right now because of the gold game. They were doing so much more damage and then fighting at their own base. We were very close to a team wipe.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see now with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go, again, it is all tied up in this round 5. There will always be a winner in Breakaway. You will see one happen here with game 1. You see Howie with control of the relic, passes it up to Radic. Radic brings it back to Howie. Radic now sliding down to gate that momentum. Remember, Radic has tier 4 movement speed, so he's going to be flying on this map. But somehow Matt comes up with the relic, changing momentum yet again. But look at that jump and get from Mini. He's like, I want that relic, passes it back to his fellow tank, Howie. Howie has the relic. Mini activating a jumping Ragnarok. He comes back there with the relic again. Now the relic flies to, somehow Sizz comes up with the relic. This is back and forth and back and forth. It's like a game of table tennis here, Mike.
That's absolutely true, and part of the reason being is
Hold on, here comes Matt right up the middle with the score. He's like, there's always defenders, everyone's distracted, I'm gonna go right up the gut.
And I was just about to say, Rogue was trying to negate their gold losses by securing both buffs that round.
Yeah, they did an amazing job there. There's Team Rogue, you're watching them right now. They come up top with the quick game 1, but man, that went to round 5.
That was tightly contested. I mean, that's what it was to be expected between these two all-star teams that are competing.
Yeah, these guys, there's no surprise why they are professional gamers. Some very high-level play. You see both of them right now strategizing. You can look at the stats right here. What are we seeing? We see Matt there with 4 kills, 2 deaths.
You know, the healing advantage actually went to Radic, but because the rushes were so quick, it was really hard to stop what Rogue was doing.
Look at all the forced fumbles. That's the impressive thing there. 20 forced fumbles from Sizz, 22 from Howie, 26 from Miniature. Like, the really impressive thing is that you're not seeing a lot of team kills because it's been a lot and so much action happening with the actual just playing of the game and watching the ball. They're not trying to play the brawler aspects of it. They're trying to play more of the sporting aspects of Breakaway.
That's right. It's all about passing. It's all about movement and finding out those opportunities that you can see. They're just developing on the battlefield and taking advantage of those for the score.
Absolutely. So we are going to go into game 2 now. What advice can you give to EchoFox? How do they change their game to take out the edge and actually get into game 2 and win it?
I think there's really not much to change. I think they definitely had the gold advantage, which means they should be doing more damage. They might have got overzealous in a couple situations, which allowed them to go on, allowed Rogue to go on breakaways. But it's not really broken. It was really tightly contested. Just, you know, maintain that same amount of like vigor and pressure, and things might change.
So for game 2, we're going to move over to our other map here. This is the Shrine of Oros. What can you tell us about this map, and how is this going to change dynamics between the two players?
Now, the Shrine of Oros is more team-oriented as far as like the fighting's concerned. It's not as fast as the Tala Prime, so my expectation is if the gold advantage goes towards EchoFox, they're going to start trying to get those team wipes.
So you think we'll see more team killing, whereas last game on Atala Prime wasn't a lot of team fights. Now you're saying this is where they bring the fists.
My expectations is to see a lot more conflict.
Very cool. All right, well, that map is loading up right now. We're going to bring it to you live as it happens here. Again, you are watching Breakaway and the battle on the high seas as we are here in the Netherlands on the HNL MS Holland. Okay, the map is loading up right now. We're going to take it to you here. What are we seeing with these item buys as they're going to be happening? We see both players just kind of getting ready, bringing in not as much coordination between the two players that we saw last time with the military team, with the Royal Dutch Navy. They were doing a lot of talking pre-game. These guys just look like they're fidgeting, getting ready, putting in that energy. What do you see with the buys, Mike?
Like I said, there was not much for them to change. I think I'm seeing the exact same set of buys that we saw from the first round of the previous game by both teams. So my expectation is that they're going to play it out the same way.
All right, here we see action happening. We are following CJK. He's the co-owner of Team Rogue. He's going up the right side there. They're fighting over the damage buff. The damage buff does go to EchoFox. It's a last hit score, so whoever gets that last hit on those buffs. But here comes Radic. He's sneaking up the right side. Oh, they caught him. And there goes Radic, unable to do that sneaky move there. As we see now with your control of Matt. Matt has Thorgrim action. He's going up the right side. He does get stopped. Matt again trying to go up that ziggurat. That's that little mini pyramid, if you will. And now we see Sizz go up the match. Doesn't do it though, but here comes Rogue Radic doing the Oro slide, going left side, charge the throw. The time it takes to charge the throw makes him vulnerable, but on the follow through, EchoFox with the quick score.
They were able to put on a lot of pressure through attacks, and I'm actually shocked that Rogue wasn't able to collapse really fast on this. Look at it, that's all three of them. They're all blockers from the same team.
Yeah, that was a beautiful move there from EchoFox, really playing as a team. They had guys waiting in the wings. When the Alona character got stopped, you had Kyra come up there, take the relic, and throw it right in to score.
So there's a slight gold advantage that goes towards Rogue for losing that first round. And the buys that we're starting seeing is people are investing, for the most part, into those single items. We did see Howie actually put on movement speed.
Yeah, and Flame doing a good job. He's picking up, doing a good job buying Demolition. So that was one of the things that really plagued the Media Netherlands team before, was that they weren't buying Demolition. No one was there to take down those buildables. Flame, you can see he's going to be the Chark on the team. He will be the buildable eater.
That's right. He wants to get all the gold from all the buildables and try to steal as many buffs as possible. It looks like he got forced off of the attack buff, but was able to secure the health.
Yeah, he went to the health buff instead, and he is able to get that, which gives his team a health bonus, which will certainly help him as they go into these team fights. We're following Stormin right now with control of the relic. He has the relic with Matt at his wing. He does decide to give it back to Matt. Matt has the relic, does get stopped by Mini, but there's Sizz to come in and help out Matt. And look at this back and forth. This is great teamwork from both teams happening.
Absolutely. And you know what? Flame was taking advantage of the rage of Kyra, and he took out the Sun Shrine from Radic, the Alona Sun Shrine that was posted up just as a forward position outside of their base.
And you see another Sun Shrine right there. That's a healing shrine. Just get into the aura there. Matt doing the good job of the slide, but there's so many buildables there on the EchoFox slide that the Rogue team's going to need to have some demolition. They're going to need to take down those spike traps, take down those walls, or they're going to have a really hard time getting in the base there to score.
CJK is going to have to take advantage of any slow pushes that they make into EchoFox's zone so he can start whittling down some of those buildables.
Here comes Mini going up the Oro slide to the right side. Here comes Mini again, tries to get through the wall. You can't get through a wall, buddy. It's a solid object. That's Newton's Law right there. And there we see now Matt taking it to the other side. He does a good job on the dash. He's jumping all around the relic. He's going to slide down, going on the left side of his own. And he's got a quick opening in the middle, but it does have a ballista there. If they were able to take it out, no, it doesn't look like it's still active. So they're, again, both sides having to worry about these buildables. They are making a factor here.
And very similar fortifications. We have two Thorgrim walls, followed by a Black Knight spike trap right in the dead middle. And behind that, we're seeing the ballista from Kyra.
Yeah, you have Matt now getting hit there. It's a battle of the tanks between Mini and Matt. Mini decides to go up there. Again, he's going to slide down. They keep doing the slide down. The slide is cool. It looks nice. It's a show. But you got to start changing your tactics up. You can see going out the outside edges. What a pass that was. If he didn't fall off the map, that would have been beautiful. But here's Howie now, able to pick up the relic. Does get stopped. Nice move there from CJK, picking people off from the hole in the middle of the walls there. On Team Rogue side, they are on their heels, though, as EchoFox definitely putting in the pressure.
You know what? They just need to take some time to take out some of those buildables, or you have to use your relic dash to try to time when the spike trap spikes are going to come up. Try to make it through. Oh, it looks like the relic was frozen twice off the side of the stage and has reset mid-stage.
We see Mini now with control, going left side there. Nope, decides to pass it up there to Radic. Radic gives it to Howie. Howie gives it up there to Mini. Mini back to Flame. Flame with control of the relic. He's caught up in the ultimate ability of the Black Knight. Sizz doing a good job there to stop that. A lot of passing, though, we're seeing from Team EchoFox.
Yep. Oh, and some unfortunate deaths with the relics respawning for the last known occasion.
And remember, every time you die in Breakaway in a round, your respawn timer increases, which is why you're seeing such long respawn times from both the Black Knight and Alona. We're down to 40 seconds left to go. They may not need the territory
on the power
win.
play.
Can they get it in there? It looks like they're gonna get stopped because you have all 4 members there. They gotta keep putting in the muscle. They have to also worry about that ballista though, which is gonna stop them. And look at that nice move from Radic there. We're down to 23 seconds left to go. The center line is in effect, so this will be a score for Rogue unless EchoFox can take that relic out of there, or Matt on another attempt to try to get it in. Doesn't able to do so. Here comes Sizz with his attempt. He can't do it, but EchoFox has to worry about the time now. Flame doing a costly error there, throwing it into the wall of Thorgrim. That's going to be damaging. Can Flame get it across the middle line with 2 seconds? Gives it to Radic. No, he can't cross it enough. And that is a point for Team Rogue.
That was so close. He used his dash. He got within throw range, but he couldn't pull the trigger to send it over the line.
And look at him. He's like, man, why did I try to run? I shouldn't have dashed. I should have just thrown it. What a costly error there as we now move down into round 3.
So it's a game apiece. We're seeing tier 4 items, tier 4 demolition, tier 4 armor for both the tanks on the Rogue side. Everything is starting to even up. And look at the buildable placement. These are some fortified locations. And look at the denial right there. They don't want anybody sliding down that path.
They're doing a great job there. We're following Howie right now. He does stop Storm in there from getting the relic closer past midfield. Again, battle happening for the buffs. The green buff now taken by EchoFox. Again, it's a split buff where Team Rogue now is able to take the damage buff.
That's right.
The second time that Rogue has taken the damage buff.
And so they split those that time, just like you said. And so that health buff, that's going to give your team plus 20% health. And that damage buff, plus 15% attack damage for your entire team.
All right, now we're following. Here comes Matt trying to get in there. They have to worry about those buildables. Those buildables are definitely costing and slowing things down. But somehow, Team Rogue keeps finding a way to muscle themselves in the action there. We keep going in there somehow. Radic comes up with the relic, does a good job clearing. Radic definitely the fastest player on Team EchoFox.
And some great passing, great split. Look how far they've come from their own base, but now Matt with the interception, trying to slow everything down.
Yeah, that was a clutch interception there from Team Rogue, doing a beautiful job there. You're seeing some ultimates getting fired off there from Thorgrim, played by, I believe that is Matt there on Team Rogue. As we see Matt in the distance there, he has control. The relic does get stopped. Remember, it only takes 1 hit to force that fumble. And we see the Alona player, EchoFox, goes down. That is Radic. He is out for 9 more seconds while he looks in his pocket for another quarter. And we are down to 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in round 3, game 2 of this battle on the high seas.
Howie trying to advance the relic with Mini. Mini gets shot in the back, but they're still trying to apply pressure. And Matt just trying to go out the back door.
All right, Matt with control of the relic does get hit while he's in the air. Has to use his Ragnarok, but you see the benefit of the Ragnarok right there. And there it is, EchoFox firing off the Ragnarok. And we now have Radic. He's going to slide down there for that extra speed going up right side. Gives a nice pass to Flame. Flame up the middle. Does get stopped. You have 2 ballistas they didn't see because they were hidden behind the walls. Can EchoFox capitalize and keep pushing it in? Doesn't look like that's going to happen right now. Matt with control of the relic, but they do a good job to stop him. Rogue fighting viciously to get that relic out of there. And look at Matt is able to do it.
You know, that's the one thing about putting up those fortifications like the walls. It's actually blocking you from pushing the relic out of your own base.
Yeah, it's that double-edged sword, man. It helps you, but it also hurts you. As we see Stormin now going up the left side there. You have the ballistas on the other side now for EchoFox now doing great job of defense. The relic keeps getting thrown out of bounds because it keeps falling out of their hands because the minute you touch it, they're getting hit. A lot of action, a lot of fighting happening to that relic. You saw the tank character, Thorgrim, go down on Team Rogue. They're down 1 person with 2 seconds left on his respawn timer. He's now back in action. Nice job there of Mini avoiding that overhead throw there from Sizz rather.
It was, and Mini wants to fight by the edge. Any Thorgrim player wants to fight by the side of the arena for those back tosses, and down we see, oh my goodness, who went out? Was that Was that Mini who got thrown?
That was Mini who gets the throw grum.
Oh,
Falls
man.
victim to it. We're down to 43 seconds left to go. You see the center line at the map there. We have Matt with control of the relic. Good back toss there, throwing up the other Mini, throwing him up in the air. Matt gonna go in for the score, maybe? Yes, he gets it in there.
He forced the issue. He started doing the hot potato where he was throwing it. That's so he wouldn't get hit by the ballista shot as it came in to give him time to move forward and secure this fumble.
Man, Team Rogue, they are playing very aggressively. Lots of just sheer force and brute will. Sheer will and brute force? I don't know, whatever.
It's one of those. It sounds great, Sil. They're just taking it to him right now. It's all that pressure, all that passing.
All right, this could be another game going to Team Rogue if they're able to pull off this round here.
So I'm even looking at the KDAs and the assists. Everything looks pretty even. Both teams usually are splitting the buffs. But it's just those small things with the passing game and the pressure that's just taking it over the edge for Rogue.
Yeah, both teams doing a good job there. Again, refortifying their base. As you mentioned earlier, Mike, every time another round happens, you get another buildable. Your buildable gets to refresh, and they persist for the entire match. So as Team Rogue decides not to take a buildable, well, now you're going to get another one. That's how these walls are able to stack and snowball. And look at how many walls are there on this map.
It looks like they split buffs again, Sil. Looks like attack damage is going to Rogue, and the health buff went to EchoFox.
Absolutely, and one of the interesting things about the Thorgrim wall is that it blocks paths. So not only is it good for defense, they've used it to block the sliding. So completely annihilating the ability of Team Rogue to slide down on the left side there to try to score it in quickly. Now we see action happening as we get closer there. You have Stormin with control of the relic. Again, he's forced to go up the middle or the right side where there's a ballista there because the left side is walled off due to that Thorgrim wall placement from Mini.
And those ballistas become active once you get within that 5-meter radius. But little pro tip, if you get right up on them, they will not fire on you.
All right. Stormin with the relic does a back pass there to Matt. Matt has the relic, passes it forward to Sizz. Sizz gets hit there by Howie, and there's a jumping pass from Matt. Matt again able to pick up his own fumble there. Matt with the relic, again he gets hit. The ultimate ability activated by Howie, pushing everyone in towards him, but nice move there of firing off that Blessing of the Sun from Team EchoFox. He saw the team fight happening. He puts down the Blessing of the Sun in the middle of it. That is healing his team as they're taking damage.
It looks like Flame is going backline to destroy buildables and take out the squishy targets. He built himself up pretty big right now, and 2 members of Team Rogue are out. Looks like one of them just came back, but nowhere near the fight.
Yeah, but the fact that the healer is already on like a 15-second cooldown for respawn, that's going to hurt them as time progresses here in this round with 2 minutes left to go. We have Mini on an attack run, does get stopped, but Radic with the second attempt charges the throw, but unfortunately he was there to respawn, but it didn't matter because EchoFox was able to get it in.
That was a fantastic job of crashing on top of the portal, even with them getting shot in the back. He just came out of his sunburst, tried to get it, was shot out of his hands, and the cleanup by Radic.
Yeah, Radic, this guy is playing like he's on steroids, man. He is everywhere. We are now at a game point here. If Team EchoFox is able to get this, they will tie up the series 1-1. If Team Rogue is able to get it, they will be up 2-0 moving into the third game here in this best-of-5 series.
I said it before, I'll say it again. You look at their KDAs, you look at the actions that has been going on, it's been pretty evenly matched. They're mirrors of each other. It's going to come down to clutching it out during this last match to take this first game.
Okay, this time it looks like things have switched. EchoFox able to take hold of the damage buff, and doesn't look like Rogue has taken the health buff. So this right now, a team fight would favor EchoFox.
Looks like Radic got his pocket picked right there. He left without the relic.
Looks like I spoke too soon because Rogue now, they saw that they were down. They had to take the health buff to counteract the effects of the damage buff. We have the relic happening at midfield. Action happening from both teams as they're just getting into the melee mix now. Radic tries to sneak out but does get stopped. You have the pull ability there of the Black Knight from Sizz, bringing Relic in closer. Matt able to take the relic, brought it up to the top of the ziggurat on the left side, did get stopped though. That fumble forced the relic, and now Mini with the relic. He's going up the right side, passes it over to Radic. Here comes Mini again, jumps it up, it's very close, and there it is! Mini brings it all the way in,
and
popping off nonetheless.
That was impressive. Oh my goodness, he was just forcing the action, throwing it up, great passing between him and Radic. That's the shot calling that you expect from your leader, and that monstrous pop-off.
You know what? That's the one thing about Breakaway, man. It is intense action, and when you get that final score, you come back from being down, you can't help yourself but to be like, what's up?
Fantastic
what a move.
job. Fantastic job.
We are now tied up going into game 3. We knew this would be a close one, and they are matching each other shot for shot, score for score, game for game. Look at the stats here. We see a little bit more kills. Matt doing a good job taking people out. Mini doing a great job there. 8 kills, 2 deaths, 3 assists.
In the battle of the healers, it looks like Radic with like the 2,500 advantage.
Radic, look at this. Mini forcing 25 fumbles. 43 fumble forcing from Howie. That is how you play the Black Knight, ladies and gentlemen.
600 relic run distance from Rogue. Phenomenal. But it wasn't enough to stop Mini on those last pushes.
No, we are going to go into game 3 right now. And if you're watching right now, you are seeing part of the Sail Den Helder event. This is when all the tall ships sail out, which is why we went out to the high seas. We are surrounded by tall boats on the left side, on the right side, the port and starboard, if you want to use naval language. And we are getting ready now for game 3. It is tied up. This could just be a matter of who's going to score first.
Yeah, who's going to draw first blood, but on the other hand, who's adapting at the latter part of the matches. So we didn't see the gold issue, like the gold snowballing, become like the story or the narrative. It was really the adjustments that I think Radic and Mini made in their passing game as a duo and how they were crashing the opponent's relay.
I think for me, the thing that was most exciting to watch was the fact that both teams very map aware. They would see that one team would get the damage buff and they'd be like, we have to get the other buff. I don't think we ever saw a match happen where one team got both buffs.
Absolutely true. They were going back and forth, just slugging it out, and lots of movement, lots of sliding, and good team fights that were causing pressure.
So again, though, I am surprised by the fact that we are not seeing a lot of team kills. You know, again, you saw the Navy. I mean, these guys were like completely like aggro on full speed. But what is interesting is that, you know, EchoFox, a lot of aggressive H1Z1 players, they're not playing very aggressively here tonight.
No, but we did see some really close opportunities to team wipes when people were pressing so hard in another one's base. And I'm not expecting to see people having problems getting out of their own base with walls all over.
All right, we're following Stormin right now as we enter into game 3 of this best-of-5 series. You had Stormin pass it up there to Matt, who gave it to CJK. As the relic pops up there, basically mid-center of the map now. Going out of bounds, it spawns back to where it was previously. You have both tanks in action fully, and here comes Flame with the relic. He does get intercepted. Matt going up the left side there. He loses control of the relic. Remember, it only takes one hit to force that fumble of the relic. And we're seeing it time and time again here as both Team EchoFox and Team Rogue are just matching each other blow for blow. But EchoFox able to take both buffs in this map, both the armor and the gold buff.
Yeah, they're looking for a strategic advantage by getting it early. Let's see if it pays off.
You have Matt now with the relic, does a good pass up to CJK. He's on a breakaway. He's getting chased, though, by 2 members of EchoFox. And Radic comes up with the relic. And now we see a good job there getting the relic back. Here comes Matt. He throws it. Can he get it in? Matt, you're so close. No, he gets taken away from him. And now we see Mini with control of the relic. Good pass there to Flame. Flame in a great position to receive that pass there from Mini, and now Mini has to get into the mix there, but Matt doing a good job activating his Ragnarok, but that blessing of the sun there saved EchoFox from getting hit.
Absolutely, because why isn't Matt dead? He's been rolling around with like less than a quarter health for like the past 30 seconds.
Well, you spoke right there, because 2 people went down. Both tanks went down on Team Rogue right now. You need the help from the healer. Stormin needs to get in there and do some healing. He's getting a little carried away on the team fights. He's also very low on health and forced to go back to his base to regenerate. Now he's got to go back to his base to defend because EchoFox has their foot on the throat of Team Rogue here in this game 3. It is changing the tide right now. Can they get it in? Mini gives it over to Flame. Flame throws it and scores it.
That's fantastic. Again, that passing game, they had the early pressure. They needed to move the relic up before all 4 members of Rogue had respawned and they were ready to go.
Look at that move right there from Flame. Jump throwing it right in there. Boom. First blood, game 3 goes to EchoFox. All right, we're firing up for round 2 right now. Anything different in the item buys? Flame epic now for demolition?
Other than, yeah, with that gold advantage, he definitely has that epic, which is going to give you more bonus gold. And we're just seeing the same patterns that we saw before. So these guys, they believe in what they're doing. It's more of a matter of execution on both sides.
All right, here comes CJK. We're watching him take the gold buff. Remember, it needs to be a last hit. So it doesn't matter how much damage you do, as long as you are the person to blow it up and do that final hit. That will go to your team. And it looks like Rogue able to pick it off. So good job there from CJK. Here comes Matt with the relic. He takes it, tries to change direction on it. Does get stopped. Stormin somehow comes up with the relic. He brings it back to the right side where Radek's there to meet him. Takes it, gives it over to Mini. Mini with control of the relic does get taken. Matt has it. Nice pass up there to Sizz, but Sizz falls off the map.
Looks like they're down a sniper over on EchoFox. It looks like Cairo went down. Flame was trying to secure that buff, and he failed, and it looks like it went to Rogue.
Yeah, nice. Unfortunately, that was a good shorthand position there. EchoFox had 2 members down on Rogue, but because Flame went down, they had to wait out the clock, and it was able to enough time for Rogue to respawn in there, and they have full team strength right now. But it looks like Radek, the team healer, is pretty low on health. He's going to have to either use some of his self-healing, go back to a healing shrine, or go back to his base.
Not having either buff, it's going to be really hard for EchoFox because it looks like Rogue is putting on the pressure.
Yeah, Rogue, they heard my speech about the buffs, and they're like, you know what, we're going to be greedy and take them both. And it's paying off right now. EchoFox, I believe, had both buffs last round. This round goes to Team Rogue.
And I see CJK, he's actually downfield, destroying buildables, trying to carve a path out for his team.
All right, the relic is back to midfield now. We see Sizz and Matt getting in the throw of it. Both tanks right in there. That's the healing shrine of Team EchoFox. If you are on the Rogue side, you want to make sure you take that out. Sizz does a good job taking it out now as the relic falls right to where that healing shrine was. And it forces Radek to use a Blessing of the Sun, wasting his ultimate ability to replace that healing shrine that went down.
Looks like Howie was trying to go on a breakaway with his teammates, but Matt taking the relic and trying to advance it upfield again, and here we see
Mini charging the throw to gain as much distance as possible. There for the relic. Gets picked up though by Stormin, who does slide down to gain some extra speed. He's got Matt in the forward position. Will he pass it off to Matt? No, he passes it to Sizz instead. Sizz has the relic, does get caught up in it though. The ultimate gets activated by all players now, right in the middle of the action there. Ultimates are flying off the handles from everybody. You got Thorgrim firing up Ragnarok. You got Blessing of the Suns from Alona. Everyone's using their ultimate abilities, and the relic's just not moving.
Here's another pro tip, kids. If you're committed to an animation, whether you have your defensive ability up or you're doing your ult, you cannot pick up or intercept the relic.
We have Stormin left side now. He's poor time on the elevator, though. Unfortunately, it was up when he was right at it. And at the top of the elevator is Howie, though. He made it. But look at that wall they placed right at the top of the elevator. So even if you make it to the second floor, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, you got to get past Howie, and then you got to get past that wall.
All right. And it looks like Flame goes down again. He's out for 10 seconds, and we're down to 57 seconds left to go. The blue center line is in effect. You need to cross that line as Team Rogue just did, so now it is in scoring position for Team Rogue. If they can stall out the clock here, good pack toss there from Matt. Whoa, look at that. Matt finds a way through, but he gets greeted by a ballista. Matt just chilling up here on the top, which is fine because you just got time on your side right now. But here comes Flame with control of the relic, and if he times that charge throw enough, he should be able to throw it across midfield, but he's going in the wrong direction right now. He's got 30 seconds left to go. Looks like he's going to just wait for his team to regroup on him so they can try to get the relic over before time expires with 22 seconds left to go. You have Stormin now with Team Rogue. Stormin has the relic, does a good job of passing it over there. Stormin picks up his throw, tries to throw it in, gives it over to the Thorgrim player, who does a beautiful job of walking it right in there.
And that was Matt. So fantastic series of passes. You saw Kyra earlier. The CJK was committed to an animation, but it winds up back in Matt's hands for the score.
Nice job with the passing ability. I will say I am very impressed with the way both teams are able to pass the relic. You saw that go into effect. One of the things that's interesting about when it goes down to become close to be a territory win, when time is less than a minute, teams start to panic, and you got to worry about not only the territory win, but also team wiping and scoring as well.
And we're starting to see more attack damage being built on different characters. Actually, Black Knight on Howie, I'm sorry, attack damage is being built on Howie's Black Knight, as well as movement speed and armor. He wants to be more proactive in all these conflicts.
But it'll be interesting, Mike. I'm curious to get your take because he's buying 3 different items, he has not been able to get a heroic weapon, whereas everybody else on the whole game right now has a purple epic item.
You know what? I'm actually not a big fan of trying to equip that much that quickly. It really depends on who's secured what. Like if the gold buffs are in play or your team was able to take down a lot of buildables. We'll see how it pans out, but I'd feel more comfortable at this point if I went tier 3 or tier 4, at least on 2 items before start picking a third.
All right, you see Sizz there activating his ultimate ability. That is the Dark Call. As we see Matt with the control of the Relic. He does lose it. Flame has the Relic going left side, throws it to gain some extra ground. He's got to worry about that wall from Thorgrim, though. Does get it picked up by his teammate. Doing a good job there of getting the Relic as Howie gives it off there. But somehow Matt comes up with the Relic, does beautiful job maneuvering the Atala Prime, sliding to gain that momentum, brings it all the way back to midfield.
I'm telling you, those Rocket League players in the sliding, they got this down pat. They know how to get out of their base and start advancing that ball.
And you see Matt just jumping to gain some quick distance, gain some extra movement just to avoid those shots. If the shots don't hit you, you keep the Relic. So nice job there, just bobbing and weaving. A nice interception from Matt. Matt is all over the map.
Matt is just moving, bobbing, and weaving. They understand what's going on. They know how to move this ball.
Yeah, Sizz right there in the mix as well, getting in there. Both of them fall victim to Ragnarok, but fortunately Matt still had his, so he used it to gain some extra distance from Team EchoFox. Here we see EchoFox. Flame now has control of the Relic. He tries to get it to midfield, but does get stopped in the action. You had the Rid Splitter getting activated from Matt, pushes away Flame momentarily, and somehow Mini gets control of the Relic, gives it up to Matic. Matic does get stopped by Stormin, who does a beautiful job with Stormin's just general attack ability, stopping and just forcing those fumbles.
And here comes Flame. Flame, you know what? You're Kyra. You're shooting from the back line. Don't go face first into two of those tanks.
Yeah, he took a lot of health penalty for that. He is very low on health. Now Radic is very low on health. Radic now goes down. It's a power play situation. You have Flame getting the next person to go down. Rogue doing a good job targeting the squishy characters on Team EchoFox. And now they have a power play situation with 1 minute and 33 seconds left to go. They're unable to capitalize it on this time. And now it looks like EchoFox actually has someone on fire, Mike.
That's right. That means you had 3 kills in a row without dying, and it is their Thorgrim player, and that's Mini.
Mini doing a beautiful job. Nice pass back and forth between Sizz and Matt. Sizz tries to pass one more time to Matt, unable to get it in there. Remember, these two play together. They play Rocket League in a 2v2, so they are used to giving the ball to each other, and they have performed amazing ball handling skills here on Breakaway in our battle on the high seas.
And I'd have to say it was a blessing in disguise that Thorgrim wall from Mini actually got destroyed, because they were having a tough time pushing it out of their own zone.
We're down to 56 seconds left to go. You see the center line in effect. That is the blue line right now, right next to where the Relic is. If you were on the red side, you want to get it closer to the blue base. If you were on the blue side, you want to get it closer to the red base. As we see, when time goes to 0, wherever that Relic is, whichever side of the line, it will be a score for the other team. We see now Mini with control of the Relic, does throw it into scoring territory for EchoFox, but there's Matt bringing it back into scoring territory for Team Rogue. Here comes Radic, and he crossed the line. Doesn't look as he's able to get it now. He gets it on the second attempt. We're down to 28 seconds left to go, 25 seconds left to go. We now have Mini, tries to go up the elevator just to buy some more time, but there's 2 members up there. Oh, Matt, bad jump there.
Flame's all by himself.
He's completely on a breakaway. Can Flame get the Relic in there? No, it does get stopped. Here comes Matt. This guy, amazing how he navigates this. With 8 seconds left to go, he's able to go all the way from his base, almost back to the base of EchoFox. 3 seconds left to go. Here we go, 1 second. Can they cross the line? No, they can't. Rogue, what a comeback there.
That was so close. That swing right there. Mini almost got it back over, but the man of the minute, Matt, the huge push out, taking advantage, and I've said it countless times, the slide. He knows how to use it.
Was flying down this map. Give that guy some sort of, I don't know, he's got wings, he's got speed shoes, he's like the Usain Bolt of Breakaway, man. It's crazy.
He was flying. He was flying. Remind me of some classic Gucci.
Gucci can't move that fast.
Oh, no, he can't. Not if he was out here freezing on the top of a ship.
All right, we have Matt passing forward to Stormin, who gives it up to Sizz. Sizz passes back to Stormin. They're going to try to just get this one in. And here comes Stormin right in there. Look at that.
The look back passes is insane.
That was amazing. So many passes this time around. They completely changed their dynamic. EchoFox was on their heels and unable to capitalize. That is a win for Team Rogue, and we are moving into Game 4 now. It's the second win for Rogue. EchoFox has won 1 game. This is a match point situation. If Team Rogue can win it now, they will go into the finals and face the Royal Dutch Navy.
I have no argument with Matt as MVP. The movement, the passing, the speed, he did a fantastic job just pressuring and willing his team to those final 2 scores.
Look at these stats here.
Look at Matt with the amount of forced fumbles and the amount of gold earned. Like I see on both teams, a slight advantage going towards EchoFox. But really what it came down to is just superior ball movement.
It's the movement speed. I mean, that was unbelievable. You had 15 seconds left on the clock in the second to last round. And what does he do? He gets the relic and finds some way to magically teleport it essentially by flying across the Tala Prime all the way through to not only the midpoint, but basically in the other in Team EchoFox's base.
But you know, it almost came back the other way. It was like a second away from Mini stealing it back. And I think it was that pressure, that momentum that just took Rogue over the edge. They're just like, no, we're gonna just go into this last round, and we're just going all pressure.
Yeah, I did find it interesting though to see how Team Rogue was able in that last round. They just completely had a completely different tactic with just a lot of passing. And speaking of Team Rogue, we have both the esports teams here. EchoFox, I believe, is actually giving away 4 Ryzen processors from AMD. So all you got to do is check out the Twitch bot. It'll be popping up in the chat periodically. That's going to tell you how to click a link. You click on that link, and then you're going to enter to win one of those 4 Ryzen processors. Let's go back to Team Rogue, though. These guys are up. They have the advantage. We're moving into Game 4. How does EchoFox stop that passing?
They need to just start clogging those lanes, make sure that they're not committed to animations when the relic is coming towards them. And once they collapse and they're on top of the relic, they need to spread out again. Don't everybody be stuck in the same place because that Black Knight ult is just pulling everybody back in. They need to open up their own passing lanes so they can start moving laterally.
All right, we're going to kick things off here momentarily into Game 4. This will be on the Shrine of Oros. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was when EchoFox pulled this one out.
That's absolutely true. They had those the advantages when it was more team fight based, where they can do more of the one-on-one and they weren't getting split. And you didn't have the high-speed scenarios and the quickness that you have in Atala Prime.
All right, here we are, Shrine of Oros. Do we see anything different with the buys?
Nope. Exactly the same. I mean, this is a mirror match. This is really coming down to the skills and the techniques and the styles of these players.
Actually, one difference there. Flame is picking up attack damage as Kyra instead of Demolition.
That is actually an interesting kind of switch. Maybe he feels they're not doing the slow pushes enough and he wants to get more damage in on either the tanks or the squishies that are in the back line.
We'll see if that choice tries to haunt them. No.
EchoFox has already secured the health buff. It looks like they want to go
And they got
ahead.
the damage buff just now, too.
They got both buffs.
They found a way to finally get both buffs here on the Shrine of Oros. And now we see that, certainly team fights will work in favor of Team EchoFox now, but Stormin on a quick run there. He's going up right side, does get stopped there. Radic coming into the mix there, tries to clear as much as possible, does get stopped. A nice pass there to Matt.
Oh,
Matt brings it in the middle. Boom!
That relic dash, he got right past the spikes. Relic dash by the ballista, disabling it for a short period of time because he was so close to it. Look at this movement.
Look, this guy
flies.
right
Through the shot.
Look at that action, man. Matt, this guy is like he's playing on roller skates.
So fast. Their movement and coordination in the passing. It's amazing, and now they got Stormin in on it.
Stormin is trying to pick up as much as he can from Rogue. I mean, the movement is just unbelievable. And you look at Matt, he's buying armor. He's not even buying movement speed. He's just completely figured out how to fly through these maps, taking advantage of the platforming aspects of Breakaway. You know, every time you can slide down an incline, gives your character extra movement. And he's just, man, he's nailing it.
And it looks like Rogue has secured the attack buff this time around.
You have Matt with control of the relic momentarily, does get stopped by Flame. There's Matt using his Ragnarok. Almost had 2 people thrown off of the Shrine of Oros map. That would have been amazing to see. Thankfully for Team EchoFox, though, they were able to stay on to solid ground. And we're getting closer and closer to the base there of Rogue. Rogue needs to play a little bit more defensively here because Radic trying to go up the middle, does get stopped. He's taken out for 10 seconds. Now we have Matt in control of the relic. EchoFox can't let this guy do what he does. Passes back to Stormin. Stormin gives it up there to Matt. Stormin back pass to him. He passes to Matt, and there's the relic flying out of bounds. Unfortunately, it takes Stormin with him.
And a nice ring out that we saw by EchoFox, but the pressure is still there from Rogue, even with them at lower health. They have both buffs secured.
Yeah, and you see that Kyra has to go back to the healing shrine because he's incredibly low on health. That is Flame for Team EchoFox. As we see Mini now with control of the relic momentarily does get taken. Matt gets into the mix. Matt low on health, but thanks to that Blessing of the Sun getting activated by Stormin, he's able to fight another day. He tries to push it in further. This guy's just relentless. His foot is always on the gas. Here comes Stormin up the middle. You got Matt now up the middle. You got to worry about the spike trap and the ballista and the 2 walls. That's a lot of buildables. Man, you wish you had some demolition.
Oh, I bet Matt does, because he fell victim to all of it.
You got a face full of ballast, a spike trap wall. Not pretty. That's the triple threat, if you will. We have Mini now with control of the relic. Good pass up there to Flame. Flame gets caught up in it as Matt does a good job of the Ragnarok and hits 3 of the EchoFox teammates, putting them back, but more importantly, making them all very, very low on health.
Look at this passing game, 1-2. It's like old classic soccer that I'm watching here.
Yeah, Stormin gives it over there. Stormin with control of the relic again. Tries to pass it to Matt, though. Does get hit, so the relic has to pop up. And again, Matt doing a great job of just being where the ball is at all times and finding a way to avoid it. Stormin flying off the side, left side. Here comes Stormin, tries to change direction to go back to middle because of the Thorgrim wall from EchoFox. Here we see Flame with control of the relic. You have Sizz getting in the mix now as the Black Knight. He has to activate his ultimate ability, but here comes Radic flying off the flying there. And all the way back to midfield.
And Rogue is super low. They need to retreat. Look, they're down 2 men, and both of their tanks are at half health.
Yeah, and look at that. You know, you got the Black Knight is getting targeted right now. Thankfully, they have their Kyra coming back. Here comes CJK doing a good job as he comes back to play some clutch defense there for Rogue, giving them enough time for their healer to come back.
Oh, and Matt got wrung out right there by a big Ragnarok, I think.
He's out for 10 more seconds. This is definitely in favor of Team EchoFox. And if you're EchoFox, you have to be single targeting Storm. And look at that, EchoFox only has 1 character left. It's just Mini. Mini needs to survive. He is able to do so. Here comes the rest of his team. We're down to 43 seconds left to go now. 40 seconds on this map. We will see what happens. Can Rogue pull it off and get a second round win here, or will EchoFox tie it up? Nice pass over there to Matt going midfield there. He avoids 3 members of EchoFox. The relic is still in scoring position for Team Rogue. EchoFox has to cross that center line. Here comes Radic. Can he stop Stormin? He does get it. No, they briefly have it. There was only 20 seconds left to go. You have Kyra going out. Flame is out for 9 seconds. There's only 15 left, buddy. You can't afford to die right now. Mini very low on health as well for EchoFox. You're down to 9 seconds. If you have red above your name, you better be crossing that line. Mini tries to do the best he can, but he's incredibly low on health. 2 members down on EchoFox. 1 second left to go. And there's the score for Rogue.
That was a territory win. They had both buffs. They were able to do a ton of damage on them. There was only 1 remaining team member on EchoFox to try to stem the bleeding, and he just couldn't get it done.
They could not. Look how happy Rogue is right now. They are all smiles right now.
1 game away.
That's right. This is it. Match point now for Team Rogue.
We see the buys coming in. We see all tier 4 items now. Tier 4 cooldown reduction on Stormin. He's going to be able to do a lot more heals a lot quicker. Tier 4 armor on Sizz, so he can take a lot more damage with that armor.
We have 3 minutes and 46 seconds, and we will be finding out potentially.
Breakaway!
Oh, look at this. Jumping over the walls, Radic. He came to play.
Oh!
Radic now, but on the second attempt, Mini comes in. That is teamwork.
They absolutely needed that. You know what? Rogue fell asleep right there. They gave an opening.
That is a momentum changer right there. Desperately needed by EchoFox. Beautiful teamwork on the second attempt. You had Mini following Radic and takes the relic in for the quick score.
And I saw visions of GL Tovar. I saw a jumping pass to the flash up to try to pick it up and do a self-pass score from the Alona. Just fell short, but thank God you have Mini out there.
Yeah.
And we see more buys coming in still. We have doubled up on the tier 3s that are going towards EchoFox. Not too bad. They're going to want to try to get those tier 4s and extend the match.
Yeah, because the tier 4 not only gives you another bonus, you get the extra bonus for being epic.
Legendary, my man. Legendary.
Oh. All right, we are following the action right now. You are up 2-1, and if you're just joining us, you are watching Breakaway on the Battle in the High Seas with Team EchoFox wearing the red versus Team Rogue in blue. Rogue has been up now 2-1, and this is round 4 of game 4. And if Rogue is able to secure the relic one more time, they will be going to the finals where they will face the Royal Dutch Navy.
It looks like Sizz, who's playing the Black Knight, he's on fire. That means he's had at least 3 kills in a row and no deaths. And both teams have split the buffs once again. The green buff being the health buff and the red buff being the attack damage buff.
Here we see Mini now. He has to avoid all of these different obstacles. Everything you're seeing here is a buildable that gets placed by a warrior. Each time, Mini getting a nice clutch pass. does get stopped, though, on a second attempt. Somehow he gets it in there. Look at that, Mini. A beautiful job now. He's been responsible for both points on EchoFox in this game.
I don't know what's going on. Is it a communication breakdown on Rogue all of a sudden? Because Mini pushed all the way up into that base, and there was only the healer there to try to stop them.
I think Rogue got a little too confident in their buildables. They didn't necessarily realize that while the buildables are helpful, the spike traps, though, you can time them, and we saw Mini do just that.
And now we're all tied up.
This is a fight for your life moment for EchoFox. They need to win this if they're going to stay in and force a Game 5.
And we got tier 4 attack damage on Flame, and he also did wind up investing in Demo, and he's got tier 2.
We have Mini now. He's just walking around there. Look at these walls getting placed to shield the Relic. That's a pretty interesting strategy there. Both Rogue and EchoFox putting down the Thorgrim wall right where the Relic spawns on a face-off. I don't know if they realize that there won't be another face-off.
No, that's it, but I don't think it's just for the face-off. It's another obstacle, another obstruction that they can play around to try to stem all the incoming shots from the Rain characters.
All right. We are following now Matt with control of the Relic. Matt, this guy's been flying all over the map. Somehow EchoFox has found a way to stop him these last 2 rounds, though, which is part of the reason why EchoFox was able to get the score. We saw the Relic almost falling in the middle of that trap of walls. And there we see now up at the top of the Ziggurat, they are doing more and more damage. The damage buff has gone to Team Rogue. That is the red crystal you see at the top left version of the screen. And now we see Rogue taking the health buff as well. So they're going to be great in these team fights. And since this is a round 5 situation, you got to imagine that all the characters have completely scaled up. So these team fights are going to be very, very powerful, and you're seeing EchoFox now fall victim to it because their health across all of them is incredibly low.
Look at that. They were trying to do a 2-man breakaway, but now the counter push, and here comes Matt. He's heading to the top.
Yeah, Matt's going to the top of the left side. He's going to jump and slide, I'm sure. There's the slide. There's the jump. He's got to worry about Howie, though. Howie doing a good job somehow getting in the mix thanks to that ballista there. And now we see Stormin. Stormin's like, can I get up the right side, sneak over that one? No, that doesn't look too good. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Stormin now just waiting with control and possession of the Relic. You have healing shrines getting placed. You have spike traps. Good job there from Sizz, doing a nice job demolition, taking down those spike traps. You got to worry about the walls, and more importantly, you have the ballista behind the spike trap right next to the portal of EchoFox.
Sizz actually almost had a great opportunity for a score. He just couldn't pull the trigger as he was climbing the ladder.
Nice job destroying that healing shrine there. Another buildable goes down, and more gold goes to the team member who's able to take it down. We see Matt with a nice pass to Sizz. Sizz going upfield, tries to pass back, does get intercepted, but Sizz gets it again, throws it in the mix there. Now we see the buildable goes down. We see the wall is about to go down, potentially. No, somehow EchoFox able to save the wall. The wall remains, but the ballista and the spike trap are gone. Flame now forced to use his ultimate ability, Ocean's Fury, and now we see action almost getting closer and closer. There's the wall going down. Stormin going up the right side. This is the push that Rogue is looking for. Can they somehow muscle themselves in? Sizz is on fire, which means he's got 3 consecutive kills without dying. He's caught up in the mix. Stormin somehow coming in the mix now. Can they get it in? No, Flame comes in and saves the day.
They're all
sliding.
super low. They're super low still. The amount of pressure, and their healer is almost dead.
Yeah, Stormin very low on health. He could go down on a moment's notice. There he is. He's out for 15 seconds. There's only 56 seconds left to go. In 55 seconds, we will find out if we are going to be in a Game 5 situation between these two esports titans, Team Rogue and Team EchoFox. 48 seconds left to go. Now we see Matt going up left side. He's going to go back to the middle. There's some gold on the map that both teams don't care about right now because you can't worry about gold when you only got 38 seconds left to go. We have the Relic action happening right at the center. This is in scoring position for Team Rogue, so if you're on EchoFox, you have to get that Relic out of there. This is not a good situation. Sizz sliding down, taking the Relic, getting it even closer to EchoFox base. Here comes Sizz. Can he get the assist from Stormin? Stormin tries to throw it. He misses a bad alignment on it, though. Here comes again Flame, though, saving the day. There's only 15 seconds left to go. Flame tries to get it back to center map. We see action happening. Beautiful move by Sizz. Somehow Stormin has the Relic with 7 seconds left to go. 5 seconds. 4, 3. This is looking good for Rogue, but at the last second, can EchoFox pull it off? They crossed the line!
My goodness!
They crossed the line! EchoFox forces the Game 5!
Oh, no, Sil.
Whoa, wait a minute.
No, Sil. It was in the air.
What? We are waiting for the verdict here, but that looked pretty close. Both teams are trying to figure out what exactly happened. And it looks like that score did go to EchoFox. As we thought, EchoFox at the last second threw the relic over, crossed the line, and forced the game 5 as we called.
That was clutch, Sil.
That was unbelievable. That's what happens when you put up 2 esports teams. You have amazing play like that, and you're just biting your nails at how close these are.
It was that final push by Mini. They were able to get that movement out of their base. I couldn't believe that he got it over. I was shocked. He, right as time was expiring, it leaves his hands, and we see it rolling through the air and then wind up on the side of Rogue.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that again, and it's important to note for people who are watching at home. When the time goes to 0, it's a lot like basketball. If the ball is in the air, at the buzzer, it doesn't matter until the ball hits the ground. And that what you saw it is at the buzzer, EchoFox throws the relic, crosses the center line, and brings it down and brings them into game 5.
Now, the only caveat to that is if you were to throw it at the buzzer and it went out of bounds on the other side, does not count because it'll respawn back where you threw it from.
There you go. Now, Mike, we are on game 5.
Do or die time.
This is Atala Prime, though, and
Yes.
Rogue has dominated on Atala Prime.
I think it's going to come down to buildable placement and securing that gold buff. Whatever team's going to snowball first, and it's just slowing down that rush. Matt is so fast. Sizz is so fast on that map.
We did see a lot of interesting buildable placements, though, with that last map. People were putting walls everywhere.
That's true. You want to make sure the walls that you build, you're conscious and your team is conscious, like, hey, those are ours, and we have enough space to actually push the relic out ourselves so we don't get trapped in our own zone.
All right, looks like things are loading in right now. This is game 5 in our best of 5 series, so we will see a winner here. One of these 2 teams that you are watching are going to go into the finals and face the Royal Dutch Navy in our 3rd and final match here on the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas.
So early buys coming in, Sil, and it looks like Flame has gone back to demo, especially on Atala Prime. Maybe he thinks it's not about the attack damage, it's really about buildable control.
All right, first pickup of the relic was Matt, as expected. He is just waiting around, waiting for his team. Nice hidden healing shrine there from EchoFox. Good job there by Radic.
Someone has been watching Knock Naz. That's one of his favorite places to put one of those healing shrines.
Knock Naz, also known as Simon. He is the art director on Breakaway.
Also, some of our other clutch healers. Shout-outs to Butter Beanie and GL Tovar.
There you go. We talked about Tovar as well. He is a UI artist, and Butter Beanie, a UI engineer. All right, Sizz with control of the relic. Does get lost in the shuffle, though. Matt able to come up with it. He's going to go in a scoring position on a breakaway situation. Radic does force the fumble, though, and that's as enough as they need. But Matt
Sizz!
somehow comes up. Was that Sizz?
That was Sizz, untouched as Black Knight, while everyone was focused on Matt. I'm like, oh my goodness, does Matt have any
All right,
support?
let's watch this
Apparently
replay
he
here.
did.
Hold on here.
Look
So
at
there's Sizz with the relic.
Look at Sizz. No one sees
And
me.
there he is. Bam, throws it right in. We were all cut up watching on the other side of the screen, and you called it, Mike. Sizz with the relic for the first score. And again, this is game 5, sudden death situation here.
Howie was fully committed and all in on killing Matt, and Sizz was like, shh, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, and just snuck right past him for the score.
And there's Howie buying movement speed and Sizz buying cooldown reduction.
I actually like that purchase by Sizz. Cooldown reduction is going to mean you're going to use all of your abilities much more often.
Okay, we're back. This is round 2 in our sudden death game 5 situation between EchoFox in the red, Rogue in the blue. We're watching Mini right now as he has control. He does not have control of the relics. Radic took control of the relic. And there's ultimates getting popped right there. You talked about it. We see Radic very low on health. Will he use his Blessing of the Sun to heal himself? We may find out. Nope, he's going to take another hit. He's getting even lower on health. And now Flame has control of the relic. Going up to the left side there, you see the wall in the distance. That is the buildable of Thorgrim. Every warrior in Breakaway has a buildable. And now we saw that Radic does go down. So the price he pays of not using his ultimate ability
is the ultimate price, Sil.
Some will say he paid the ultimate price. Nice pass from Matt to Stormin. Stormin passes back to Matt. Matt's clear. Can he get it? No, he does get stopped somehow from the Kyra player, doing a beautiful job there. Flame nailing that hit, saving the score for EchoFox. But Matt, again, with control of the relic, Radiance being casted on him by Stormin. That gives him health over time as long as they're connected. And it looks like the relic is going to go back to midfield, but Matt has control of the relic. He's now going to rush it up the left side.
And they're super low on health. I don't know how much of a push they're going to be able to make here, because now immediately we start seeing the counterattack. It's coming in from Mini.
There's the Blessing of the Sun getting thrown by Stormin. You have CJK rushing the Relic. We don't really say that a lot now. CJK, he's been very much staying in the back lines. Started to get a little bit aggressive. Didn't help his team at all on that one. Radic now with the Relic. Does get hit before he can go up on the elevator, though, so that's a costly error right now. He thought he had the Relic. He didn't. He had to go up the elevator. That's going to waste some valuable time, allowing the Relic to go back into EchoFox territory.
Looks like they're trying to get the Relic off the wall. Massive team fight right here. A lot of pressure coming from Rogue. Matt's trying to take advantage.
Matt up the middle. There's the score.
Fantastic. He saved his Relic dash until he could make it to that final step and just burst straight through for the score.
Yeah, watch this. Everyone's caught up in that team fight. Matt, again, beautiful job there. You saw the Relic dash. Bam! Slams it right into the Relic. They are up 2-0. Atala Prime. We may have to rename it to Rogue Prime.
Or Matt Prime.
Ooh, look at EchoFox. They are serious right now. They know that if Rogue is able to score in this third time, they are going to the finals, and EchoFox, unfortunately, is going home.
That's right, Sil. We're starting to see the Tier 4 buys coming in. We got Demo on CJK at Tier 4, so he's just going to destroy any buildables that are blocking them from those massive pushes by Matt.
All right, we are following right now Mini. Mini with control of the Relic. Does lose it to Matt, unfortunately. You can't let Matt have the Relic on this map. He passes it to Sizz. Somehow he gets it again. Jumping past the Stormin. Jumping through the wall. It does get blocked by the wall. And now we see Matt with the Relic again. Nice pass up to Sizz. Sizz goes to the right side. There's Matt with the pickup. He can't get it in, though. Flame somehow comes up with the Relic, uses his dash to clear it. And now we see Stormin staying at this. This is all we've seen this rush happen time and again from Rogue. It's the Rogue rush, if you will. But Howie somehow saves the day. Nice move there from EchoFox. They're going to live to fight some more here in Breakaway with a beautiful clear. And somehow that was quite a defensive stance.
Oh my goodness, a heart-racing moment.
There are 3 ways to win here at Breakaway if you're just joining us. The first way is you take the Relic, that's the glowing ball you see, and you bring that into your opponent's base to score. The second way is you annihilate everyone on the other side. You see right now, CJK, he's out for 4 more seconds. If you wipe the entire team, that's the second way. The third way is when time ticks down to 0, wherever the Relic falls, if on the side of it. We may not get there, though, because Rogue making another nice there. There it is, the push into the goal. Nice pass, beautiful job. Rogue, you are going to be facing the Royal Dutch Navy in the finals of the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas.
Everybody was so focused on Matt, like it collapsed in that direction, and nobody kept a body on Stormin right now. Fantastic air pass coming in from Matt for that score, and sealing the deal, like you said, and they're going to the finals.
They are absolutely going to the finals. There you see a show of sportsmanship, shaking hands across the board. MVP went to Sizz right there. He did a great job supporting his team, playing as the Black Knight. We now have 2 members. We now have the Rocket League team versus the Navy. Who's going to come out on top? I don't know. Bold prediction here. Rogue's looking pretty good, but I have to go for the Navy. They lent me this nice coat. I believe this is actually, I think it's a captain's coat. I'm not entirely sure, but you know what? I'm going to vote for the Navy. I'm dressed in blue. I'm going to get my Navy hat momentarily. I think they're going to do it. Mike, what do you think?
I think it's going to be one hell of a finals. I think the Dutch Navy, they brought it, and they brought it with ferocity. But, man, I have not seen that type of passing in a long time. Not since, like, Bones and Tovar and their type of pressure play. And it was impressive to see what Sizz and what Matt and Stormin and CJ were doing collectively. But it was that Matt's pressure. Matt Prime right there. Matt Prime is your new handle.
Matt Prime. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be tough for the Royal Dutch Navy, but I'm still going to root for them because, you know what, we're on the home team. We are on the HNLMS Holland. This is a ship that one of the members of the Royal Dutch Navy used to be a sailor on, so he's got experience on the boat. Maybe he's going to talk to his old CEO and tell him to, like, shift the boat a little bit to cause the Relic to move. I don't know. Anything's possible here. I wouldn't put it past Boz. This guy, he's a shifty one. I'm looking at you, buddy. I know anything can happen here on the Breakaway Breakaway. I almost said Breakaway Office League. On the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas. You just saw the epic esports matchup between Rogue and Team EchoFox. Team EchoFox went all the way down to Game 5, but Rogue somehow pulled it off. And we're now going to throw to the man himself, Sizz. He played the Black Knight. Let's kick it over to Patrick, Mr. Epilogue. What's going on with Sizz?
All right, guys, that was amazing. I've never seen a match that intense, down to the wire multiple times. The pace was just incredible. Sizz, how did that feel?
It felt really good to win. Like our idea before the game was, well thought out, and we just went in with our idea, and then we came out on top.
What was your idea coming in?
I kind of just told Matt, just go for the ball and go as fast as possible every time, and I'll just hold down the tanks and everyone just CC them as much as possible. And then we had CJ, Carson, who's the Rogue co-owner. He just went and destroyed as much obstacles as he could, which is really important for us because without that, the spikes they had was stopping Matt every time. So us being able to get rid of their obstacles is really good for that. And then of course Stormin had really insane healing the whole way through. So it all just kind of worked out together.
It was beautifully played. Early on in the first two, literally the first two rounds ended in under a minute. Were you expecting that kind of pace?
No, we came out so fast. It was actually we thought we were just gonna kind of set up obstacles and kind of play for the late game, but we got some really good breakaways and we ended up just pulling it through. Matt was playing really well with his passing and everything. We were having really good passes around with the whole team. It was really good.
And Rogue seemed to rule on a Atala Prime. Do you think the map made a difference for you guys?
Yeah, before the game actually, I said that we're gonna win every Atala Prime, if there is, and I told him straight up, we're gonna win Atala Prime, we're gonna lose the other map, but we're still gonna win in the end. Word for word, I said.
And ball movement was really key for you guys, passing back and forth constantly. Is that something you practiced?
Yeah, I think a result of that is me and Matt passed a lot, and then of course Stormin and CJ came in and won. We incorporated them really nicely. I think it's a result of we just played together for so long, so we kind of know how to pass together. And then Stormin just fit so well with everything, and CJ was just opening up so many paths for us. It was really good.
That's fantastic. Good job, you guys. You're into the championships. Congratulations. We're going to see you in the last round. All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Patrick. Sizz, good job. We'll see you momentarily in the finals here on the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas. You are watching Breakaway, and we have a match 3. The finals, Mike.
The finals.
We called it earlier. It is going to be the Royal Dutch Navy versus Team Rogue. You will get there momentarily after we take this short break. Again, you are watching Breakaway in the Battle on the High Seas.
I'm here on the HNLMS Holland with Lieutenant Commander David Boom. David, you're the executive officer of the Holland, is that right?
Yes, that's right. I'm the second of command of this ship.
David Boom, it seems like you should be an artillery commander. What happened there?
That's right. 4 years ago I did that training, and as you can see, my name is Boom, and I was also the gunnery officer, so it was pretty successful, as you understand.
Now tell us about the Holland a little bit. The Holland is an ocean-going patrol vessel, is that right?
Yes, that's right. We are built to operate in the Caribbean along our own coast, doing operations like anti-piracy. We also getting deployed in the Mediterranean to pick up refugees out of the water, so we can operate in a whole wide area of operations.
So this is an international ship. It's built to go literally anywhere in the world.
Yes, that's right. We can operate worldwide.
And tell us about a recent deployment, something interesting you and your crew tackled recently.
Last year we got deployed in the Caribbean. We left the Netherlands in September, and we arrived in October. We arrived in Curacao, and it was exactly the time Hurricane Matthew passed over the area and hit Haiti pretty hard. And our ship got tasked to support and help the people in Haiti out. So that's what we did, and we were there for 25 days. And we delivered over 450 tons of humanitarian aid.
Wow. Now, is that usual to be deployed in the Caribbean during hurricane season?
In general, there's always a Dutch ship during hurricane season in the Caribbean. So this year it was our ship, and we are trained and prepared to support countries that are hit by hurricanes.
So you do end up doing a lot of joint operations then with other countries?
Yeah, that's true. Because Holland is a small country and we depend on other countries, and so we always looking for cooperation and doing things better.
So tell us a little bit about Marinedag and Marine Days, Navy Days here in the Netherlands.
It's a really big event. It's really important for us because we are part of Ministry of Defense is part of the government, and with these days we can show what we can to the people in the Netherlands. Show our capabilities, so it's really important.
I understand you guys are fielding a team, so the Dutch Navy has a team that's competing in the event today. Do you know anything about the team?
Yeah, that's what I heard. They did pretty well yesterday and then made it even to the final. I can understand they're going to win this battle because the Royal Dutch Navy is always prepared to battle at the high seas.
That's great. Well, we're really, really proud to be here. Thanks for hosting us on the Holland. We're very excited to set a new world record to be the first competitive game played on an active military vessel in the open ocean. So, thank you.
Welcome back to the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas. We are here aboard the HNLMS Holland. I am Mr. Sill.
And I'm Berserker Mike.
And Mike, we have seen some amazing esports action happening here on this OPV, ocean-going patrol vessel. We just saw Team EchoFox take on Team Rogue, and Team Rogue found a way to relic run themselves to victory thanks to Matt.
Matt was amazing. I want to call him Matt Prime because anytime they were on Atala Prime, Matt's movement, his passing, everything was amazing. He just took it to a whole new level.
That's right, and we are now, the moment is here. This is the finals. Whoever wins this next match, this best-of-5 game series, will come home with the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas trophy. We have Team Rogue, and of course we have the Royal Dutch Navy. The Royal Dutch Navy found a way to take victory away from Team Media Netherlands, and let's give them a quick intro right now. For those of you watching, we have 4 members of the Royal Dutch Navy. We have Jeffrey Bakker, who is kinetic. He's a 4th-year midshipman. He's subbing to be a navigation sub-operator. We have Bas Oakstra. His name is Chilenium. There he is right there. That's Jeffrey Bakker.
Kinetic.
That is kinetic. We're going to toss over now to Bas Oakstra. There he, maybe we're going to get to Chilenium. He's talking right now because he is the communications guy. He's a corporal in the Royal Dutch Navy. There he is.
Big smile on his face. They're going to go take on Rogue.
That's right. We go to the number 3 chair. This is Manix Tissing. He's another 2nd-year midshipman. He's also studying navigation, but he wants to navigate the joint support vessel, the largest ship in the Royal Dutch Navy fleet. Something tells me if this guy can find a way to navigate his team to victory against this esports team, he may be getting just that position. And finally, we have Sebastian de Boers, my favorite guy. Zowies is here. Zowies is an engineer who's also studying 2nd-year midshipman. He's going to specialize eventually in cyber warfare.
And he's taking it to a whole new level in the gaming space.
That's right. Now let's introduce who they're going to be facing. They're going up against Team Rogue. Kicking it off for Team Rogue, we have Matt, also known as Gerald Dixon, also known as Matt Prime, the owner of Atala Prime, if you will.
You know, Matt's been doing an amazing job. I'm still shell-shocked from how great he was doing with his passing and movement.
In the number 2 chair for Team Rogue, we have Emiliano Benny, also known as Sizz. He is the partner on the Matt Sizz connection. They are the 2v2 Rocket League team for Team Rogue.
Yeah, quite the dynamic duo, Sil.
In the number 3 spot, we have a Twitch streamer. He's also Rogue's H1Z1 team member. Give it up for Ludwig Storm, also known as Stormin.
Stormin also getting into that fast-passing action and fantastic heals.
And finally, the co-owner of Rogue, Carson Knuth, CJK. There you have it. Both teams are ready to go here on Atala Prime. Again, this is a best-of-5 series. We will start on Atala Prime. We will then shift over to the Shrine of Oros. The match is loading up. The characters are getting selected. And now remember, back in our interview, we saw that Kinetic said that he was not going to play as Jara when he faced the Americans, quote-unquote, also known as Rogue now, the esports team.
I'm predicting to see a mirror match because I know Kinetic, he actually invested time into tanks. So I'm not seeing the Argus pick. I'm probably seeing him go to Thorgrim. Phoenix runs with the Black Knight, and then we see the similar picks with the Alona and the Kyra coming.
Yeah, I mean, we can see it on his screen right now. Zowie's sticking with Kyra. All right, looks like the match is loading up. You are right, Mike. Good call. We are definitely seeing the dual tanks happening from both teams, and it is, in fact, a mirror match. No Argus. How come there's no Argus love here?
Well, especially since these teams are so new to the game that the tanks are very familiar. They're an easier character to get into and understand how that they work. And they're very effective at running, especially early on for both these teams. And it just comes down to comfort level and the amount of time that they had with the game.
All right, let's switch in here to the main feed as we look at these item buys. Hopefully hopefully we can find out what is going to happen now on the side of both teams. We have the Navy there on your left versus Team Rogue on your right.
I'm seeing very similar item buys. We're seeing demolition. That's your ability to destroy buildables much quicker, being equipped and purchased by both Kyra players. We're seeing cooldown reduction on both the Lona players. They want to start using their heals as fast and often as possible. And then armor across all of our tanks.
Okay, both sides having that demolition, to your point. We saw buildables play a factor in both matches, both the esports match between Rogue and EchoFox and the match between the Media Netherlands team and the Royal Dutch Navy. Here we see the Navy in red and Rogue in blue. As we see Matt from Team Rogue doing a good job with the back toss there. Does take out one member of the Navy. The Navy's down 2 players. All that's left is a tank and Kyra. Here comes Matt. Tries to pass it over Stormin. Does not connect, but it doesn't matter because it is Matt Prime, and he gets the quick score.
Another fast score from Matt Prime, taking that pass, working back and forth with Stormin. And they actually secured the gold buff at the beginning of that match. And that's going to be an advantage to them because the deficit in gold is not going to be as great. Because what we're going to see here is the Royal Dutch Navy is actually going to get bonus gold for that first loss.
All right, we're seeing Zowies buy a little bit more demolition, but he does pick up attack damage as well.
So we see tier 3 items, we get demo, we get armor, and Phoenix is actually buying health regeneration. Very solid picks. Matt, not surprising, going with movement speed.
Okay, Matt flying through that map, takes control of the relic, does a nice jump pass up to Sizz, and Matt somehow comes up with the relic again as he picks up the fumble. He does a good job dodging that wall, but he cannot dodge the ballista. But on a second attempt, here comes on a third attempt, does get stopped. The Royal Dutch Navy finding a way to stop Matt here, and they're doing a good job now of clearing that relic, but Sizz has it. He throws it from downtown, falls just short, and here's Kinetic playing as Thorgrim now with the double slide down to Atala Prime, takes the relic back to midfield, charges the throw, but it gets caught up there by Zowies now, who has the relic now, but does get picked up by Stormin, does a good pass over to Matt. And now we have more action happening as Rogue is getting it closer to the Royal Dutch Navy's base, but the Navy is fighting back.
Fantastic passing, a lot of ebb and flow action. The Royal Navy is adjusting to that early gameplay and that early push. But here comes Matt, back on the counteroffensive with Stormin.
Yeah, Matt passes to Stormin, Stormin back to Matt. Matt up the right side with a good pass to Stormin on the left side, throws it in and scores!
Oh, another quick score and fantastic passing. It looks like Matt just doesn't need Sizz. He can use Stormin and just the 1-2.
Yeah, these guys are playing amazing. Lots of incredible passing, and the Royal Dutch Navy has not figured out how to put a stop to this yet.
This is going fast and furious still. Someone call Vin Diesel.
All right, we are entering into round 3. This could be a quick 1-2-3 strike leading in for Team Rogue. We see a lot of heroics happening on the Navy side, though. So somehow they are definitely capitalizing on the gold side due to all the split buying you're seeing. So they are not focusing on item buys, allowing the Navy to pick up tier 4s across the board. You see the Navy with control of the relic. Kinetic has it going up the right side there. He's passing his healing shrine. Now Matt with the relic somehow coming back with it. Taking it in the other direction, crossing the midfield marker. You have CJ picking the relic, tries to give it back to Matt. Matt passes forward up to Stormin. Stormin right side, throws it back to midfield, does get stopped though. CJ coming up with the relic momentarily, does get fumbled. Goes briefly to Kinetic, but now back to Matt. Matt jumping up the middle, has to worry about the ballista. There's a pass from Matt to Sizz. Matt has passed to everyone for a score on his team.
Even when he fumbles, he's there to pick it up, and he's already expended his abilities. Sees the pass, he sees people crashing towards the relay, and oh my goodness, the passing cell.
He passed to Stormin, he passed to CJ, he passed to Sizz. Matt, this guy is unstoppable. They own Atala Prime, which is not going to work in the favor of the Navy if this forces into a game 5 situation.
And a little bit of shell shock for the Dutch Navy right now. They're going to need to focus themselves. They were able to secure those gold buffs.
That's the legend Matt right there.
It's Matt Prime right there.
I don't know what the Navy can do to stop that rush. The passing is just amazing.
They need to stop that pressure using their buildables. I think they need to focus Matt.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Maybe we do see Kinetic go back to Jara and just target Matt.
So they're going to need to take advantage of getting early gold leads. They were starting to get it in that match. They just couldn't withstand the pressure. They need to at least get a round out of it in order to get that confidence and get the momentum back on their side.
Looks like we are loading up game 2. This will be on the Shrine of Oros. So we have seen that Team Rogue, they play great on Atala Prime. They're unstoppable. But the Shrine of Oros, we have seen some openings. They did take it to a round 5 with EchoFox. So maybe they can pull it together. Maybe they're learning how to now do this maneuvering on the Shrine of Oros. I'm not sure. But if memory serves me correctly, Atala Prime was the best map also for the Navy. So what can you tell the Navy? How do they stop it?
I think need to improve your collapsing, concentrate on collapsing, making sure that Matt isn't like squirting out of the side and getting those clutch passes off. So put a body on a body after the collapse and set up team fight scenarios. They were in a position where if they could have stopped that rush to actually do some pretty smart counterattacks, because they were scaling. They already had tier 4 items on their side. They just didn't have enough time to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know how you stop Matt Prime, man. I honestly, though, on that one, though, it looked like the whole team was just dominating on that map. I mean, you had people in positions for passing, setting up. It's incredible to me that these guys who've only played this game for a couple days have already figured out the range of all the passes. And, I mean, it's just second nature to them. I mean, there's a reason why these are professional gamers.
That's right, Sil.
So, as we move in now, we've gone on a long journey here on the North Sea. You can see behind us, we are in the midst of it. There's a boat behind us. There was multiple tall ships earlier on. This is part of the Marina Dagen Den Helder sail event. The Marina Dagen is essentially, Marina means Navy. So even though it sounds like Marina, like a boat marina, it actually is Dutch for Navy. And you can see it here on this cool hat. So this says the Royal Dutch Navy right here. What this is, again, is essentially Fleet Week for the Netherlands. So rather than having each state in the United States host their own Fleet Week, or each city in a lot of cases, they just host one massive Fleet Week, and they change it up every year, whether it's going to be the Royal Dutch Navy or the Marines or the Army. So now you're going to get to see kind of, let's take a quick glimpse as to what this event has been, in case you couldn't make it here to Den Helder. There you have it. In case you missed it, that was the Marina Dagen Den Helder sail event. We're going to go right into the action now. This is game 2 on the Shrine of Oros in progress. What do we see with these buys?
Well, what we see is most of the teams are keeping pretty consistent to their role as warriors. So we're seeing demolition on the Kyras, we're seeing armor on the tanks, and we're seeing cooldown reduction on our healers. We also see that both teams have split the buffs on this map.
Yeah, taking a page from the Echo Prime book in match 2, you see that the Navy was able to get the damage buff, and I'm sorry, the Navy was able to get the team health buff, and the damage buff goes to Team Rogue. Again, the Navy's playing on the red side, and the blue side is Team Rogue. You see the relic falling out of bounds, gets respawned back. Matt with control of the relic going up the left side. Matt jumping to avoid the attacks. Does get stopped though, but on a second attempt, he gets it again even closer to the Royal Dutch Navy base. He's now on a third attempt, does get stopped. Good job there from Phoenix, putting a stop to that assault of Matt up the left side. You see now Ziz going to the right side, but somehow Matt gets the relic again, and again he pushes up the left side.
Amazing amount of pressure by Matt, and his team is this holding back on that back line. Sizz had to take a timeout to go heal, but now he's back in the action.
Now, as you mentioned, Mike, Sizz getting into the heat of it, as now Stormin now with control of the relic. They're getting closer and closer to the base. Can they get that score? No, look at that beautiful job there by Chillin. He does stop it. Chillanium stopping that action from happening with the relic again. It does get intercepted though by Team Rogue. Or, I'm sorry, by the Navy now, as Kinetic with the relic clears it back there. Chillanium now on the right side. He's gonna go up the Ziggurat. Will he slide down to get that extra speed? Yes, he does. He makes the jump. Does get, Matt tries to do the back toss, missed it. And now we see Chillanium going up the middle. He's on it. He could make this score happen. No, it gets stopped on the second attempt. No, it stops again. And look at that, Sizz now bringing the momentum back as the relic goes almost all the way to midfield.
Fantastic back and forth action from both teams, Sil.
We're in now midfield. Good pass there from Stormin to Sizz, back to Stormin, back to Sizz. It's that back and forth passing that we've seen has been notoriously rogue now. As Matt with the relic, he decides he does get hit while he tries to throw it, so it pops up in the air. Sizz near the relic, but there's Phoenix activating his ultimate ability as the Black Knight, bringing everyone closer to him and causing more and more damage.
Looks like Sizz wasn't able to receive the pass because he did have his defensive ability up. If you're in any type of committed animation or using an ability, you cannot catch or touch the relic.
There is Phoenix now passing it over to Chillanium. Chillanium with the relic now slides back to midfield, crossing it into Rogue territory, and we're down to 53 seconds left to go. The center line is active now. If you cross that line, as Matt has done, it is now in scoring position for Team Rogue. The Royal Dutch Navy has to take that relic across the line into the Rogue zone in order to get the point as time ticks down with 30 seconds left to go. We're at 37 seconds, 36 seconds, 35 seconds. Now Kinetic's trying to throw it even closer, but does get caught by Stormin, but Stormin is very low on health. He uses, I'm sorry, that health buff was actually from Team Rogue, but now the Rogue healer is out for 18 seconds, 9 seconds down for Rogue's Kyra. So they have 2 people down. There's only 17 seconds left. This could be looking really good for the Royal Dutch Navy, but they have to cross that line. They have 10 seconds to do it. Good pass to Kinetic. Kinetic crosses the line with 8 seconds to go. He does get hit though. Relic goes out of bounds, pops back to where it landed previously. 2 seconds left to go. You gotta keep it on this side, and they do. Team Royal Dutch Navy with the territory win in round 1, game 2 of this finals on the Battle on the High Seas.
I gotta say that was a little overzealous by Rogue. They were fully committed and they weren't getting the heals when they needed them. They were super low on life, giving the advantage back to the Dutch Navy that was able to secure that territory win.
All right, we are now in a round 2, game 2 situation. There's Chillanium placing his Healing Shrine. Healing Shrines are great to giving more and more forward base opportunities. We saw the Royal Dutch Navy capitalize that when they played against Team Media Netherlands earlier today, and now we're seeing it happen live here in the final matchup. Chillanium just waiting on the back line, seeing who he should heal, trying to figure out who has the relic so we can force that fumble with an attack. It only takes 1 hit to force the fumble here in Breakaway if you have control of the relic. You see Matt trying to force his way on the left side. He favors that left side now. Somehow up the middle, Matt finds a way to get it in.
Just muscles it in. He took the shots from the ballista, and before it could reload, and before the rest of the Navy could just come and collapse, he already jumped up, grabbed the rebound, and punched it in.
Yeah, great job there from Matt. This guy is definitely earning his MVP status.
Yeah, never gives up, man. He's looking for the score whenever he can. So additional buys coming in still. We're seeing tier 3 armor, tier 3 amulet, the amulet of regeneration. So that means Phoenix, the Black Knight player on the Navy side, he's going to be passively healing when he's not in combat.
All right, there you see Matt placing the wall there, stopping the Royal Dutch Navy from getting an early relic pickup in the beginning of matches. Looks like the buff crystals, both of them are still active. Again, the red buff is a damage buff, and the green one is a team health buff. Matt with control, going left side now, does get stopped. Beautiful job there from Kinetic, using his primary attack to force that relic fumble. Now Chilanium with the relic has it, but again, Matt continues to put tons of pressure on these teams. He's all the way in there, nice pass to Sizz up the middle in between the two walls. That's the danger of the wall of Thorgrim. Not only is it a great defensive weapon, but it also can be offensive for the other team because it stops you just as much as it stops them.
Looks like Matt is still trying to force his way in. Not a lot of people are familiar with the Godspeed. It looked like that'd be an awesome opportunity for their Kyra player to try to climb the ladder and shoot over the top of those walls. But Matt again, trying to go on his own breakaway and gets stopped by the Navy, but a big Ragnarok.
Yeah, he fires a great clutch Ragnarok there. Does get a bunch of Royal Dutch Navy guys in the air, but he's unable to get that score. We now have Zowies with control of the relic momentarily. He tries to give it over to Chilanium, who's their primary relic caller, certainly in the mid-game section of these maps. And now we see Phoenix there getting in the mix. You got Sizz on 3 to 4 now. Kinetic coming up with the relic. He has it, tries to pass it, does get hit as he throws though, so the interception happens and the fumble fumble occurs. And now we see Sizz with the relic, passes it over there to CJK. CJ with a jump pass up in the skies there to Sizz. Sizz up the middle there. They still can't get it in there. We're seeing Matt getting tied up there. Stormin goes up the middle now. He gets stopped. A Ragnarok happens again from Matt. Matt with control of the relic, uses the dash, does get stopped though by Phoenix. All of the Dutch Navy is on their heels, just trying to stop this team. Rogue completely on the offensive now. We have that final wall. It's down to health, or down to 50% health, I should say. Has a good pass to clear it, and there is Storm, and he throws it and scores!
Oh my goodness, he made himself available by getting out of that huge just melee, that big rumble that was happening right by that wall, was able to receive the pass and have a clear open shot.
Beautiful move there from Stormin. The passing on Team Rogue is amazing, and you have to wonder, is it the Rocket League that these guys play that has gotten them to be so good at passing?
I believe so. I think it's having the awareness positionally of like, hey, I need to make myself available to try to get open to score. And they're doing a fantastic job. And both teams right now have tier 4 items, so they get an additional stat bonus as well as the normal increments that you get as you level up that piece of equipment. So full armor, full cooldown reduction. So they're starting to scale still as this match is coming to its final conclusion.
Yeah, Storm with control of the relic. Stormin had it momentarily, got caught up by his own wall though, so he couldn't advance further, but he's now getting a lot of punishment from Phoenix, forces to use his flash ability to get out of there.
And Matt jumping over walls!
Yeah, this guy is insane. He's gonna give Bones a run for his money for best breakaway player. Good pass there from Sizz to Matt. Matt somehow gets it in there. It is in dangerous territory for the Royal Dutch Navy. And nice move there, taking out the wall. Beautiful job from Team Rogue. They take out the left wall. Here comes Stormin up the left side. Throws it, misses it on the second pickup. CJK, give it up to the co-owner. He can also play breakaway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness, and that's just 3 in a row. Or is that 3 in a row?
That is 3 in a row.
That is 3 in a row. After that territory win, that hard-fought battle by the Dutch Navy.
3-1.
3-1.
2-1.
Yeah, no, 3 in a row, right
yeah,
after that first score by the Dutch Navy. Then we get three scores in that passing game again. And,
look at that,
Matt,
MVP. Matt, who knew?
Yeah, he was out there getting involved in every single play, always pushing and moving the relic.
Yeah, this guy is a machine. You can look at the stats. The numbers are going to be low because they were just rushing him left and right. You can see here, damage dealt, not getting very high, but give bad props though to Zowie. He's doing his part as much as he can. 4,500 damage there. Healing done. Stormin looks like he won that one.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. I mean, so tough against this passing game from Rogue. It's like you're trying to clog passing lanes, you're trying to push it out, but their CC, their timing of their attacks and their coordination is is a bit much right now.
Did you see that Phoenix had 22 forced fumbles? I mean, the Royal Dutch Navy, they're putting up a fight. It may not look like it on the cameras when you're watching the gameplay, but these guys are doing everything they can to just stop the rogue offensive. But, you know, I hate to say it, I think they're getting a little bit outclassed. I mean, you know, you have a military team which has a lot of advanced tactics and whatnot, and they can do things that, you know, we can't even dream of. But they're going up against professional gamers, and all they do is train in how to play video games and strategize. So I think, you know, the real-life tactics of the military versus the gaming tactics of the professional gamers, I think you're seeing in the theater of war that is gaming, the advantage is going to go to the gamers.
Especially right now to Sizz and to Matt, that they've played with each other so often that they're already on the same page. Like, they know when they need to be open. They know when they need to slow things down, to have strong CC. So it's very impressive what they're able to do in this short amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to move now to Game 3. This could be match game now if Team Rogue pulls out the win here. And unfortunately for the Navy, it is on Atala Prime, which is Rogue Prime, or as you like to say, Matt Prime. We will now see if that can happen. I don't know, man. Like, you know, will we see the Jara? Will Kinetic switch over to Jara?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's a strong possibility. I bet, you know what, I'm thinking Kinetic, he wants to fire people up. He wants to get something rolling. I think it's, yeah, I think we're going to see it.
All right, well, we'll find out momentarily. If he does pick Jara, you know he's going to be targeting Matt. He's got to force those fumbles. He's got to stop Matt doing his offensive thing. And now we're going to throw it in here to Game 3. And look at that, Kinetic is playing as Jara.
Building up that attack damage. It's going to be tough against the pressure. Maybe what he's going to try to do is slow down CJK, and slow down Stormin, because Stormin's been in on a lot of that passing game, just moving up from the back line and looking for those opportunistic moments to score.
All right, we are following Kinetic. He is in stealth mode right now, which means no one can see him. But as you see that eye starts to build up meter as he gets closer to the enemies, he will be revealing himself if he doesn't attack first, which he did here.
Yeah, and he immediately went after...
Oh, look at this, though. This could be a quick score, though. No, nice save by Kinetic. He decides to move all the way back to base and saves his team from getting a quick loss there in round 1 of Game 3. You see the snap trap getting activated. Good buildable placement there by Kinetic. Here comes Matt, though, with the score.
Oh, that was so close. Matt just dropped it off at the doorstep, and it popped up in the air, and he was able to just back up and secure it for that score.
Yeah, Matt right up the middle there. They can't catch him. As fast as B, you'll never catch me. Bam, there's the score. Matt bringing it in there. This is round 1. They are 2 wins away from taking that breakaway Battle of the High Seas trophy.
You know what the problem is, Matt? I saw that that our Jara player, that Kinetic, he had focused that back line. He was trying to make sure that they couldn't sustain, but this early in the game, Matt was still able to just walk up with so much pressure right down the middle.
Yeah, I mean, the really amazing thing is how well Matt is able to navigate this map. I mean, he's using every slide opportunity. He doesn't even need to build the movement speed because he can just go full armor because this guy has a massive command of this map.
Oh, look at the just fast passing back and forth. People are whiffing attacks because it's already out of their hands.
Matt once again gets caught up by the snap trap though, so beautiful placement from Kinetic, using that buildable of Jara just to try to stall him and put him in his tracks. You see the ballista getting activated there. That's the turret from the Kyra up there on the top right on the second story. And the Royal Dutch Navy is just trying to get in the mix here. They need to find a way to bring this in to be a team fight battle rather than being about running the relic. Because there are multiple ways to win in Breakaway, and the Royal Dutch Navy certainly favors the team fight, but you know, it doesn't look like Team Rogue's gonna let that happen. You have Matt now with control of the relic, does a good pass there to Sizz, passes back to Matt. Matt activates his rib splitter. I think that might have been quite of an error there, but it doesn't matter. We see Chelanium, yeah, he's got the relic. He's trying to get up there to the second story. He does get caught up though. The forced fumble happens, and of course, Matt picks it up, but does fall victim to the Eviscerate, the ultimate ability of Jara.
And Matt just did a big ram's head, back tossing Phoenix right out of the ring.
Now the relic's caught up in the spike trap. A nice move there from CJK to take out that buildable.
Chelanium looking for opportunities to advance the relic. His team's deeply engaged. No one's got an eye on him except for maybe Stormin. Need to start moving it up.
Yeah, Chelanium, good pass there. He's upfield now, passes back to Chelanium. Chelanium with control of the relic, does get hit there. And now we see Zowies. He's trying to get more in the mix than what we saw against Team Media Netherlands. He has to do everything he can because you need all forces to stop Team Rogue here. Sizz with control of the relic, brings it to midfield, passes to Matt. Matt passes back to Sizz, he passes back to Matt. Matt passes back to Sizz, passes back to Matt, who passes. Okay, this is getting a little bit tiring now.
You're getting winded, Sil.
Gives it to Stormin, who has control of the relic. Matt now is just waiting there. He tries to use his Ragnarok, misses the timing though, but it doesn't matter because his fellow teammate was there to force that quick fumble. But Zowies does pick it up there, takes it back to midfield. Now Matt with control of the relic. Kinetic very low on health. He's gonna have to go back to either a healing shrine or his base. Here comes Sizz and Matt together. They are clumped also with Stormin. And now Sizz passes to Matt again, back and forth passing happening right now.
They're setting up another push, and they've secured both buffs to help do this.
Here comes Stormin, passes into Matt, runs it right in the middle.
Oh my, it's match point, Sil. Everything on the line right here, the passing, the movement. You gotta stop it somehow. You gotta just stop the bleeding right now.
Yeah, you know, you gotta wonder, this back and forth passing, is it just there to throw the Royal Dutch Navy off their scent? They don't know who to go for because every single person on Team Rogue has been able to take that relic and score.
Yeah, they can smell the blood in the water. It's all smiles on Rogue. Tier 4 items coming in. Championship point, Kinetic. He's got tier 4 attack damage. Will that be enough to take down CJK or Stormin and stop the bleeding?
All right, Kinetic was able to come up with the relic momentarily, but Stormin picks it up. They're jumping left side. Stormin tries to see if he can get on the elevator play. Unable to do so. Sizz activating his ultimate ability as the Dark Knight, as the Black Knight rather, sorry. The Dark Knight is different, that's a different comic. As we see now, Matt with control of the relic, back passes downfield there to Sizz, who passes it over there. Stormin now gives it back to Sizz. Sizz has the relic. If any of you want to know how to play the passing game in Breakaway, watch this match.
They're doing a fantastic job of running Phil Jackson's triangle.
We see Matt with the relic now. He's getting tagged though from Chelanium. Now Stormin gives it up to Matt. Matt falls into the spike trap. As again, Matt again tries to go for it. Blessing of the Sun getting activated by Stormin to heal up Matt as much as possible. He's forced to also use the Radiance, which is the green line. And now Matt is just chilling out there by the healing shrine just to get as much health as he can so they can go in for another attack run.
And he's not even waiting to get a full heal either, Sil. He's always trying to press the action. Is they're cycling back and forth and now fighting underneath this healing shrine.
Yeah, it is dangerous if you are on the Royal Dutch Navy. You do not want to engage in team fights when you're on top of the healing shrine of your opponents because they're going to be gaining health as you're losing health.
But Kinetic trying to make a move as Jara, but just everyone collapsing very quickly. Now we're seeing the counter push that's coming from Rogue.
That's right. You have all 4 members of Rogue clumping together. They're setting up the lines for these passes. Matt going upfield, passes it down there. Stormin with control of the relic, now going left side, tries to change direction. Nice pass up there to Matt. Matt does lose the relic momentarily, but we get the rebound now from Sizz. Passes upfield to Stormin, who's on the right side now. Stormin gives it up to Matt, tries to go up the middle, does get stopped. Now we got Zowies doing a beautiful clear there for the Royal Dutch Navy.
And Matt still trying to cycle back around, looking for open passing lanes. He has Sizz, who might have a shot.
Sizz on the left side though, but you have Chelanium there stopping him. Stormin up the middle, does get stopped. Matt over to Sizz. The relic's getting closer and closer to the Royal Dutch Navy, but Chelanium with the beautiful clear, giving the Royal Dutch Navy more time to live here in the Battle on the High Seas final match.
He's all by himself. He needs some support of their team. They're fighting underneath another healing shrine from the opposing team, but here's Stormin on a breakaway, all by himself.
Yeah, Stormin going right side, change direction to the left, passes up to Sizz, who passes back to Stormin. Stormin waiting for Matt to get in position. You have Sizz upfield, you now have Matt upfield. Matt passes Sizz back to Matt. Matt accidentally passed it. He probably could have thrown it in to win it, but hits the wrong button there. A little too pass happy, and the Royal Dutch Navy trying to capitalize, but there's Sizz right up the middle. That's the score, that's the game, that's the match. Your winners on the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas is the Team Rogue.
Matt Prime, and I'm gonna call him Sizz Prime. He was doing an awesome job. Look at the passing back and forth, constantly cycling, putting so much pressure on the Dutch Navy to try to man up, and they just couldn't. They couldn't keep pace.
Yeah, the Royal Dutch Navy doing an amazing job, a Herculean effort, but unfortunately, they just got outplayed to these esports players.
Yeah, what else can be said? So, I mean, Rogue One, they brought it. That background, just playing with each other constantly. Great movement, great ball control.
Yeah, we can see a sign of good sportsmanship here on both teams. I got to hand it to the Royal Dutch Navy, though. They did make it to the finals. They put up as best an effort as possible. But again, you are going up against professional competitive gamers, and they just figured out the mechanics a little bit better. But don't worry, I don't think this is the end of it. We will see more from these teams. We know that the Royal Dutch Navy are going to want to play again, and maybe they get some rematch in the future. I don't know. But today, right now, it is all about your champions, Team Rogue. These guys have come through a decisive victory here in the finals on this breakaway battle on the high seas. Once again, you are watching us live here in the Netherlands. We are on the HNL-MS Holland. It is an OPV, an ocean-going patrol vessel. This very boat that we are on has been used to stop piracy attempts in Somalia. It's been used to stop drug running that happens in various parts like the Caribbean, and it's also been involved in other anti-terrorist attacks that have happened on the seas. They have partnered with the U.S. Navy. This boat has been everywhere, and you gotta hats off to the Royal Dutch Navy for their amazing job defending the Dutch and also doing a great job here making it into the finals.
Absolutely true. And we've watched these teams practice all week. And as a matter of fact, the jury was still a little bit out on Rogue. But the past couple days, they've really locked it in, and that passing game was amazing.
That was some of the best passing that I know that I've ever seen in Breakaway. And I got to tell you, if you are watching at home, you want to join the Breakaway Alpha, just go to playbreakaway.com/alpha, find your 3 friends, and you guys can start learning how to do those passing strategies, because that was absolutely amazing. I have seen some of the best passing ever in Breakaway here today.
Yeah, I want to be like Matt.
Or Sizz.
Or Sizz. Those guys were amazing.
Unbelievable. Those guys back and forth. It's just incredible. We have an award ceremony that we are going to be setting up momentarily. The trophy will be presented to Team Rogue. Congratulations, Rogue. You guys are the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas 2017 champions.
Sil,
Mike?
It's very cold on this ship. So if there was any question, we are actually on the high seas, and they provided these awesome military jackets.
Yeah, these things are pretty sweet. In the first match, we were a little bit cold, and they came through. I think he said it was a lieutenant coat. So mad props. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. You're wearing some camouflage. You're going to do some, I don't know, land attacks. The camouflage doesn't really help you on the boat.
No, but all the awesome guys that...
Okay, we actually have Mr. Epilogue here with Matt Prime. Let's throw it over to Patrick. Patrick, what can you tell us about Matt?
Thanks, guys. I am here with Matt Prime, the Thorgrim Speed Machine. And Matt, congratulations. Team Rogue is the champion in the Battle of the High Seas. How does it feel?
It feels good to be like the first winner of a tournament for a certain game. It's really nice.
It was pretty impressive play. You guys kept your strategy. It looked like passing all the time, moving the rail like really rapidly. Anything changed this time?
I think this time we focused really heavily on passing. Typically against EchoFox, we focused on destroying their buildables, but I think our passing was just so dominant that we just decided to keep focusing on it.
So a lot of build up front was buildable destruction, demolition. So that doesn't reflect a strategic change. You guys just kept with that.
Yeah, I think we kept with that mainly. We had CJK working on destroying the buildables, while me, Storman, and Sizz just focused on passing and trying to get the ball up as fast as we could to try to break away, I guess.
You guys went down in that first round of the second game. Was there ever any doubt? Did you think maybe the Navy had been able to adapt?
Well, I think going up against EchoFox, there were certainly a lot of moments where we got down, and coming from a competitive video game background, I think we just managed to stay focused and just keep our heads in the game for all losses.
Hey, you mentioned the competitive background. You guys are experts at Rocket League. Did that ball awareness and speed help you?
I think definitely having awareness and passing synergy already with my teammate Sizz really helped actually. If you saw during those last few games, we started passing back and forth really rapidly, and it helped a lot.
Well, you guys sure dominated. Congratulations. First ever champion in the Battle of the High Seas for Breakaway. All right, back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Matt. Congratulations again to Team Rogue. And let's give it up to all of our competitors. We had EchoFox, we had Team Media Netherlands, and of course we had the Royal Dutch Navy. They made it into the finals, but unfortunately got defeated by Team Rogue. And we will do a short break and then do the trophy presentation to Team Rogue. You are watching Breakaway on the Battle on the High Seas. Welcome back to the Breakaway Battle on the High Seas event. I'm Mr. Sill.
And I'm Berserker Mike, and what an exciting final.
Yeah, it has been an amazing matchup here today aboard the HNL MS Holland. We are here now to present the trophy to the winning team, the Battle of the High Seas champions, Team Rogue. Let's go now to Mr. Epilogue, our studio head, Patrick Gilmore, who's down there to present the trophy.
All right, thanks, guys. I am here with Matt, Sis, Stormin, and Carson, who are the champions of Breakaway's Battle on the High Seas. How does it feel, guys?
It feels pretty good. We came all the way from America, and like I didn't really expect this game to be like fun, but it was actually like really fun. A lot better than I expected, and like I'm really glad we actually got to play in it. It was nice.
Fantastic. Well, it looks like the trophy's not going to be staying in the Netherlands, so guys, go ahead and claim your trophy. All right, back to you, David and Mike.
All right, well, you guys have been watching our first Breakaway Battle on the High Seas event. We'd like to thank you guys. If you want to play Breakaway, hop on over to playbreakaway.com/alpha. You can follow us on all of our social channels, playbreakaway.com, our website, and of course, sign up for our alpha. For all of us here at Breakaway, I'm Mr. Sill.
And I'm Berserker Mike.
And we will see you guys back in America.